control of Mindy's peacemaking, not the once influential Mindy's quartet. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Your call has been forwarded to an auto.
The latest meeting today is expected to keep interest rates near zero as it looks ahead to try and help usher along the recovery from the coronavirus shutdowns. The Fed has already offered trillions in support to financial markets. Trevor Ault, ABC News.
I've always wanted to learn another language, so I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and soon you're putting
Mark, you there?
Conversation. Each lesson takes about 10
are you there?
minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting.
Boy, is there a big delay here or what?
What do you mean?
Well, I say something, it takes you 5 seconds to answer.
Oh, I think you're slow.
Your employees and customers have new expectations.
It depends on which way you're looking. If you're looking at me from behind, then it's on my right. In front, that would be the left.
Here.
Face mask, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant wipes.
Testing.
Did you guys go play Top Golf?
Business safe. Visit Cintas.com.
No, we didn't.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
Testing.
KHOW News Time. 10:03. Police reform a big issue across the United States.
No, what did we do? We lost some money.
Yeah, I'm here, Ants.
All right, cool.
So get off my back.
Today, I think we're going into the pool.
The pool.
It's going to be 105 today, man. The nice weather is done.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
What's wrong with 105?
Kills the virus.
A bill on police reform heading to the Colorado State House. It goes in front of a State House committee today. The Senate passed.
Some of these places we go, boy, you'd be shocked, man. It's like there wasn't a virus.
There was not. It's like everything's normal.
Yeah, normal. It's kind of weird.
Is
Like the old days.
masks everywhere?
Not really. Not really.
That's the latest. I'm Chad Hoffman.
Now, this report is sponsored by DuckDuckGo Privacy. Travel around the metro area freeway system in really good shape right now. No stalls, accidents, or major delays on the highway drive. Good news off-highway. That earlier crash southbound Santa Fe, Florida, has been cleared. All lanes have reopened. Just one other accident off-highway, an auto pedestrian accident being investigated.
Did you see Seattle? They took over the fucking mayor's office.
Yeah, and a 6-block no police zone. The people department, they call
Are
it.
you kidding? What?
And it was a council member that let him into there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Are you serious?
Fucking amazing, man.
Well, Seattle and Portland are going to the dogs.
Tired of being tracked online? DuckDuckGo can help. They help millions of
The
people
only way it
control
turns
their
is if
personal
they...
information online. With one download, you
It's
can
a 6-block police-free zone or something.
for free. DuckDuckGo.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Don't miss out.
They're not even trying to stop? I gotta look that up. I didn't.
They seized the precinct.
Did they really?
Yeah. It's the #1 story on Fox.
I gotta check this out.
It says they took over the precinct and now they call it a community center.
Okay, we
Can't make this shit up. They actually put a sign up.
That's funny. Boy, I just hope the federal government doesn't bail these places out. They need to pay for their own stuff that they did. Don't you feel that way?
Well,
That the federal government is not going to come in there, hopefully, not bail them out financially for all the destruction that's been done. It's their own
They're letting
fault.
them.
That's right. They're letting them. So you gotta believe the Seattle mayor is liberal as hell, and they're demanding that he.
Oh my God! Of course.
Oh, he is. Seattle and Portland
They're
mayors.
demanding she step down.
Right. Okay. Mute.
hey guys, can you hear over there, Deputy Doc? Good.
feeling down, and I do.
303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. Listen, I want to take all of your calls. That's my main goal, is to help people. It's to help people. So all you have to do is call us. Whether you're listening late at night or early in the morning, you call 303-MARTINO, or whether you call 303-MARTINO in the day, it comes to us, or it leaves a voicemail, we get back to you, or 303-713-TALK. Scott's got an issue with something called Vivint Security System. A Vivint security system. Jason wants to talk a low appraisal. Marilyn wants to talk about a construction problem. Pat wants to talk about Excel Energy scam. So, Scott, you're up first. What's going on, Scott? I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, the problem solver, the troubleshooter. What's happening?
Good morning, Tom. How you doing?
What's going on with you?
Oh, not much. Listen, I just wanted to thank you and your team for reaching out to us almost immediately.
Yeah.
To hopefully help us out with this.
What's happening?
So basically, what's going on is we have a security system by a company called Vivint installed about 5 years ago to the tune of about $7,000. Everything was fine for a while. There wasn't really any necessity to be concerned until we had an incident a couple days before Christmas.
What was the incident?
Where someone, what's that?
What was the incident?
Well, thank gosh we weren't home. There was a person that showed up at the house, maybe unexpectedly, actually with two other people as well, jumped over the back fence, destroyed things in the backyard, jumped back over, destroyed a $13,000 fence we just had put up, and then went around to the front of the house, destroyed the Christmas vacations, tried to break through the front living room window, tried to kick the front door in.
And this was December of 19?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the security system have to do with this? They didn't get inside, did they?
Yeah. So what happened was the back camera, when we needed it the most, completely failed. So it didn't capture anything in the back, and the front cameras were so poorly put up, apparently, that we weren't able to capture the person who was trying to get into the front of the house, the vehicle that was sitting 20 feet away from the camera, the other people that were involved.
Okay.
So,
now, this is what I say, Scott, when you have a problem. You finish it this way for me. We have a $7,000 system. On December 19th, there was an incident of vandalism. The cameras failed to operate properly. Therefore, what?
Okay. Well, at that point in time, we started with Vivint. That we've had almost.
But therefore, what? What did you start with? What do you want? Therefore.
Well, we've had two separate attempted breaches. We've had 9.
But you do understand the failure of the camera. The reason I'm talking about this is because I want to get to the meat of what you want. The failure of the camera, or the operation of the camera, is not responsible for the break-in. It might be responsible for not being able to follow up, but
I think he wants out of the contract.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out. Therefore, that's what I'm getting at. I spent $7,000 on 12/19. I had an incident, vandalism, cameras failed. Therefore,
we've attempted to have them come out. They've decided at this point in time, after sending all that system still.
Therefore, I want them to fix it or get me out of the contract. Or therefore, I don't trust them. I want out of the contract. Therefore, I want a complete refund. Therefore, I'm trying to think. As a result of this incident, what do you want?
That we want them to come out here and finally repair the problem.
That's very reasonable. And what do I'm right with you. And why won't they do that?
We've had 9 different technicians come out here in plain clothes. We had an incident where the last set of technicians came out. There were 2 of them. No identification. Came at a random time. Didn't fix the problem again, and I finally had it. I've spent 3.5 hours one day, 4 hours and a half hours another day. I mean, we've had 9 different people.
Okay, why can't they fix the cameras?
We don't know. And now
do you even know if the inside of your security is working?
We just replaced it. We just replaced everything. They replaced everything with supposedly the state-of-the-art equipment, upgraded it, and it still doesn't work.
What? Wait, what's it still doesn't work? What part?
The cameras. The cameras, the entire camera system surrounding the house.
You know what? I see Mark every day looking at his house. He looks at every angle, every minute, anytime he wants. He can see a gnat flying near his motorhome. Yeah. I want to know why, if he can do that with some cheap-ass cameras, why you can't do that.
Hey, they're not cheap.
Oh, Mark, are they expensive? Mark?
Well, Arlo's not cheap.
No, but I'm saying, you know, what I'm
it ain't
talking
$7 grand.
What I'm talking about is you got a guy spending all this money, and the cameras are probably the easiest part of it. So why can't they get it working?
You know, it's honestly, Tom, every single technician that comes out here says the last technician screwed something up. We got to redo the whole system. The one that they'll redo it. Then they told us we needed to buy brand new iPhones in order to get it to work with these particular upgrades.
Oh, that's bull.
So we did that. Now they're telling us that, you know, even though we've got the fastest bandwidth that you can possibly get through CenturyLink, that's not sufficient enough. I mean, they come up.
There's something more here, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're going to call them for you, man. I see your frustration. You're not even being unreasonable. You're not saying they're responsible for the break-in. I want my money back. You're saying fix the damn system I paid for.
Yes, sir.
I'm with you, Scott.
Why won't they come out anymore, though? You said they won't come out anymore.
Because I told the last two technicians when they showed up, you know, with no booties during the coronavirus, you know, with everything that's going on outside with the, you know, I mean, it's scary. And you know, I am.
What did you tell him? Get to the part where you told him.
You never finish a thought.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is that I finally told these gentlemen that they needed to leave because they weren't fixing anything in the house.
If we call them, are they going to say we tried to fix it and he won't let us?
No, they're good. No, we have literally talked to these people 5 times.
All right, hold on. Get the information for Deputy Doc. Let's start there. Speaking of Deputy Doc, do you have any follow-ups, Deputy? You've been very busy. He's working on one right now. Can you call this Vivint Security? If you look at Vivint Security, they don't have great ratings. Jason wants to talk about a low appraisal on his house. Jason, what's happening?
Actually, he just hung up.
Okay. What happens when you get a low appraisal on your house? There's usually a problem. We can work through Jason. If you're listening, you can call us back. Marilyn has an update. Keep your calls coming. I'm going to get through them this fast. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, Deputy Doc, if you get on chat, we can get this one done with Vivint. Marilyn, what's going on?
So, thanks to you, I got my windows. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome.
Good. This construction company, what was the reason for the hang-up?
He blames it all on me. He said that I was just bugging him, and I was not being reasonable.
God. Bugging him what? To get what you paid for?
Exactly.
Okay, so then what? What else is going on?
So I just want to know, so I paid half of the money down, but I don't have a receipt for the windows, so I don't know what he paid for them, and I didn't.
Well, hold on.
My husband wants to know.
Okay, you got your windows. Are they installed?
Correct. No. I have them in the back of my truck right this second.
Okay, good. Hold on. Is INA Construction, is that the name of it, INA?
Correct.
Are they going to install, or are you guys parting company?
We are parting. And he said if I contact him again, he will sue me for harassment.
But at least you got your windows. How much did you pay toward those windows?
$1,422.50.
$1,400. Let's just say. Okay, and that was supposedly half?
Correct. I have the receipt that says that. That's exactly half because the total.
No, but that was. But Marilyn, originally they were going to install them, right?
Correct.
But they did not install.
The contract says correct.
Okay, so that means you want to know how much you owe.
He told me that the windows were paid for in full.
Good.
So that's why I got to pick them up.
Okay, so therefore, but did you pay for them with the $1,400 or did he pay for them?
That I don't know. I was assuming he paid for them with the $1,400, but I don't know what that exact.
How many
amount is.
windows were there?
5.
Okay, it's possible they're paid for. In other words, here's what I'm asking. Does this contractor expect you to pay any more money?
Not that I know of. He told me that we were parting ways.
Okay, does the manufacturer of the window expect you to pay more money?
No.
Okay, so you have your windows. You paid $1,400. I'd like to know what the issue is. It sounds like you're doing well. Hold on. We'll come back to you and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Clear.
Gotcha.
Got your buy and build and get found fast in about
30 seconds.
Yeah.
The perfect time for this special offer. Get half off a Carrier AC.
Yeah, I just called them guys yesterday. He might have tried calling me. I don't know.
Who's that?
That
INA
Isaiah.
Construction.
Yeah.
You were working with him?
Yeah. Well, I just left a message with them.
Here we go. 10 seconds. Buy and build and get found fast. Both short.
Experts you trust. Plumline and Carrier. PlumlineServices.com. Ethics and excellence in practice every day. PlumlineServices.com.
You have options with buy and build kitchen and bath for below wholesale cabinets, vanities, granite countertops, sinks, faucets, bath accessories. First, you can have them do the complete installation for a complete turnkey project. Buyandbuild.net, 560 South LaPan, or you can send your contractor there to pick up materials and do the work for you, or you can do it yourself. Buyandbuild.net, 560 South LaPan, 303-295-6022. The most inexpensive materials you'll ever find, 303-295-6022, buyandbuild.net. Now, when it comes to the internet, this has become oh so important to your business now, hasn't it? Since people aren't moving around as much, your internet, your website means everything. Get it analyzed free of charge to see how it looks to consumers. Does it load quickly enough? How does it show up in search engines? All of that with a free analysis at getfoundfast.com. There's no obligation. Getfoundfast.com.
Have you still not... All right, you're clear? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new Fast Track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 3.125 rate and APR with our no closing cost 30-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, Leslie Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 3.125
Hey, Mark.
APR won't last long, and our new Fast Track loan process can get it done in record time.
Apparently that cop did know and had a run-in with that Floyd dude.
Who did?
The cop that...
Before?
Yeah.
How?
They were both security people at the club.
And how did they have a run-in?
That's just what they had said, that they had a run-in with each other, so they definitely knew each other. It wasn't a violent one, but they just had a...
The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the creation of a modern rarity.
When the West Point Mint was shut down due to health concerns, 240,000 emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollars were minted in Philadelphia for 13 days only.
And that makes these coins with the P-Mint attribution the second rarest coin in the entire American Eagle bullion coin series.
This extraordinary coin is now available, but only for a limited time. Just call government.com at 1-800-473-0982.
To learn more about
Hey, Doc, I sent those coins to Mark there.
Oh, good.
And so he figures today he'll get something back.
Great.
I put you on the CC, so hopefully he'll reply to everybody.
Free with every order. Call 1-800-473-0982 now to secure your Philadelphia Mint 2020 American Eagle silver dollar coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-473-0982.
Anyone who builds, remodels, or repairs for a living, we know the way you work has changed. That's why Lowe's is selling today to build new ways to keep you working tomorrow. We are proud to introduce the new Lowe's for Pros job site, powered by Stream, an augmented video chat tool, so you can be there for your customers without actually being there. And the cost to use? Try it free through October 31st at lowesforpros.com/proloyalty. Just one of the reasons why Lowe's is the new home for pros. Services subject to Stream terms. Lowe's loyalty membership required. More terms apply.
If you're in debt to the IRS, there's good news. Optima Tax Relief can help you resolve your tax debt right from the safety of your own home. Optima's award-winning team works with you online and over the phone, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your home to put your tax problems to rest. Optima's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and standing by, ready to help you today. Call now for a free consultation. Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575. Optima Tax Relief. For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Wow, over 25 years of lifting sinking concrete across the Front Range. Brian again with advanced mud jacking. Traditional techniques that last, guaranteed. Advanced mud jacking, 303-424-9441 or advancedmudjacking@yahoo.com.
Hey, it's Greg Holland back. Do you love hyper-local food and beverage? If the answer is yes, you'll want to tune in to Colorado. Back on in about 30 seconds, gentlemen. Starting at 6 p.m. right here on K-How. And don't forget, past shows can be heard on themoderneater.com.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
We got a beautiful spring day ahead with bright
Okay, I'm going to mute you, Mark.
77. Normally our high is 81 this time of year. Down to 51 tonight, 83 tomorrow. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Lowe's is working harder than ever to help pros get the job done with a dedicated team of associates who only serve pros. They stock it.
All right, gentlemen, we're back.
Loading and can even deliver right to the job site. Service like that is why Lowe's is the new home for pros.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Marilyn says that she paid $1,400 for windows, and the guy never came back. We got involved. She got her windows finally, and they parted company. So what is your question now, Marilyn?
So I just really want advice on if I should really pursue to find out exactly how much the windows were paid in full.
Why?
If they were
I don't understand why. Why?
Because my husband says he wants to know how much the windows were in case we would get a refund. And
you have 5 windows. You have 5 windows for $1,400, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your contract.
That's how much they were. They were $1,400.
That's what she. I don't know what the point is. Exactly. First of all, you're both doing away with the contract, and you're walking away paying $280 a window. Is your husband saying that's too much?
I don't think he realizes that. So $280. Okay, I will let him know.
But they're $280 each. I don't know of anywhere you get them cheaper than that. I don't know anywhere. Now, I'm not saying. I'm saying it's a good compromise. Now, what kind of windows are they?
I think they're mid-grade. He called them, whereas they're not the cheapy ones and they're not the expensive.
And do you know what brand? Do you know what brand they are?
I do not. I know he got them from Allside in Colorado Springs. It's a supplier.
Yeah. He may have paid a little less than that. I don't know. But the good part is they were paid for. Is it possible he owes you money? Well, you guys breached.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that.
You guys both backed out of the contract. So really,
but you bought. I don't understand either of you. You bought them from him. So who cares if he marked them up? Everybody marks everything up. That's what a business is about.
Yeah, but she didn't really, Mark, she didn't really buy them. She didn't really buy them from him in the beginning. In the beginning, the $1,400 was supposed to be part of the contract to get them installed. She wants to know now that she's walking away with just the windows, were they heavily weighted toward the window, or was it mostly installation? Were the windows cheaper? I say because you're both getting out of the contract, then it does revert to kind of a purchase. He's saying, look, if you want to do away with the contract, I'll go my way, you go yours. Here are the windows. Let's just call it even. That's up to you. If you don't want to do that, well, then he could technically say, well, then let's invoke the contract again. We're willing to install them. Give us the other half.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
have the windows,
I don't think you can have it both ways is what I'm saying, Marilyn. I think you should settle for this.
I understand.
I mean, I don't think you're doing a bad deal. And I'm really happy, though, that you're questioning it. I don't think there's anything I would do about it. Pat wants to talk about Excel Energy. If you have any questions, give us a call, 303-713-TALKS, 303-713-8255. Pat, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
I appreciate your show tremendously. I heard about the Denver Post scam yesterday.
Yes.
And I got one on Excel today. My husband took the call, and they said we were past due on our bill.
Yeah.
If we didn't pay it today,
Right.
they were going to come out and shut off the gas.
That's the scam. That's right. So what did you do?
Well, I checked my phone, the history of the last call, and I called him back. The company that I called back to on my phone was called Broadridge, and she had no idea what I was talking about. She said they were a stock company, and they did hold shares in Excel, but nothing to do with the power or turn off or
I understand, but what
anything.
did your husband do? Did he give them your credit card?
No, they gave him an 800 number to call, and he didn't write all the numbers down for the 800 number.
Oh.
So that's why I called back to see what the heck was going on.
Yeah, you just don't worry about it. It's a scam, Pat.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
And I
but
called
don't
the
worry
call and
about
they
it.
said, no, they fully paid, and they were going to put the information on their scam list. So I just want people to know that it's
Yeah.
out there.
It is. Thank you so much for letting us know that it's still alive and well. Excel is not calling people. Excel will not threaten to turn it off if you don't pay. And by the way, Excel will not take your credit card over the phone, and Excel will not if they call, they won't call you to do that. Also, they will not get paid in gift cards. In fact, I don't know of an entity alive that is going to get paid in gift cards. And by the way, I have a great email here about someone who bought realcbdthatworks.com. They bought it, and they got the 25% off by putting Tom in the promo code, and they used it on their dog. Now, yes, you can use it on your dog, by the way. You can use it on your horse. It's good for animals. They do have an equine formula. I don't know if they have a canine formula. They do have a canine formula too. Deputy Dan says they have a canine formula. And, you know, a lot of people give their dogs this Remedil stuff, or which is similar to like doggy aspirin or doggy anti-inflammatory. CBD works way better. Plus, it lifts the mood of your dog, believe it or not. This is a remarkable product. realcbdthatworks.com. And you will have a line of animal products and a line of people products, whether they're gels, oils, or chewables. Okay, so let's continue and talk. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know, in the other news stuff, you know that people are calling for the defunding of police. Many of the proponents are upset with Democrats that they're not taking a stand on this. I think Democrats are kind of not taking a stand on it because they don't want to, I don't know, they don't want to offend much of their base, but at the same time they know it's going to be a really big issue come elections. If they are billed as the party that want to do away with police, it could be very dangerous for them. So this is something that is a dichotomy for them. They want the support, but they don't want to do the they don't want to outright support a move to disband police. So that's going on the police scene. On the auto pay side, we had yesterday, when I said if the merchant, the health club, the people, the salespeople start an auto pay and you give them all your information, you can't stop it unless they agree to it. Unless your bank lets you, most banks won't. And I did mean it. I said close the account and change institutions. It's not good enough to just close the account and open a new account with the same institution if it is an ACH. Because if one account is closed and the ACH comes in against that account and you have a new account with the bank, they can go into the new account to get the money for the deficiency on the old account, which is called a cross-collateralization agreement. So I'm just telling you that because it's really important. You know, the same goes for mortgages. If you have a mortgage at a bank and a savings account at a bank, and let's say you have a mortgage with Wells Fargo and a savings account, and let's say you go, let's say your house is going into foreclosure. Let's say you don't want to pay on it. You want to try to sell it, or you're going to walk away. You can lose your bank accounts with the same institution under a cross-collateralization agreement. That's why you should never have more than one account with a bank, because they will go to each account to make good the other account if something goes wrong with the other account. Deputy Doc, do you have any follow-ups?
Yeah.
Okay, can we take them right after this? Okay, and I want to tell people to get their phone calls in, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What are the follow-ups having to do with?
This is Don King Landscaping.
Don King Landscaping. Okay, that was one that was really complicated. And did you also call on that, the one we had just had?
Yeah, but there was like a 10-minute wait, so I'll call during the break.
Okay, we have more coming right up.
On the Vivant? Yeah.
What did you say?
Vivant, probably the worst company ever. Bad company. Vivant. I've had personal experience with them. Yeah, my folks. Terrible company.
They're terrible.
Are you there? Their stuff doesn't work. That's one of the biggest things. That they will send people out there that are just incompetent, and they'll hold you to the contract. If you own Vivant, anybody out there, run. Get rid of it. Let the contract go and get the hell out of there. They're a terrible, terrible company.
Got a crash at 90th and Federal to watch out for. Police are on the scene. Traffic karma.
Are you there, Mark?
Shows that business commute is still down, but
are you protesting?
19 levels or higher.
Yeah, you're not going to get a whole lot, I wouldn't think, Doc, on there, but they just got bad technicians. Is that what it is? Yeah, they can't do it, and they will not let you out of a contract. They will not.
They help millions of people
5
like
seconds.
you get privacy online without any trade-offs. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
SentryRV.com. Sentry RV is in our backyard, yet people come from all over to get the internet pricing. You heard a guy yesterday call and say, Tom, I got one of those low-price, wonderful campers for under $10,000. We're talking about the new Springdale line. They also have incredible discounts on the latest ultralight technology like Kodiak and more. They have new and used, plus service department. 303-453-1111. Also a new showroom in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. That's SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. And you know I wouldn't have a show as usual without mentioning Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you're facing, a special crisis and you have to sell quickly, or you want to get the most for your money, he knows how to price these homes to make them go not only quicker, but for more money, and he has stats to prove it. Frank sells in a month more houses than most do in a year, let alone a career. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. That's Frank. Oh, okay, sorry. I had a minute for him.
In a constantly changing situation.
Hey, you want
I cheated.
We got a listener who says that there's echo on the radio, not on YouTube, but on the radio. If you want to tell Ant that.
Business resources to help you get through this, including the latest info on loans, grants, and other forms of relief. You'll also see.
I might have given you a false cue, Ant. I think you might come up 30 seconds short.
Visit iHeart.com/small.
He says there's a really bad echo on the radio. It sounds fine on YouTube, though.
Rates are like a roller coaster lately. Are you concerned about the future and how to protect your home? Do you want to become mortgage safe? Take AIM, affordable interest mortgage. With home values still at their highest level ever and rates at historic lows, now may be the best time to be prepared as the economy changes. Last time many of our friends lost their home when it was unnecessary. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Many of our clients have the ability to tap their equity should the economy change, all without having to borrow the money now. We can show you how to access your equity in these uncertain times to give you peace of mind and allow you to focus on what's important, your family. Call Affordable Interest Mortgage at 720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500. We are locally owned and operated since 2001. Our reputation of putting you first with straight answers.
And Seattle, this happened in Seattle. They have a big homeless. I mean that's a huge issue there too.
Seattle is, I think, only second to Los Angeles.
Really?
Well, they're a terrible run city.
And they spend millions and millions on homeless. And what do? They come there. And they interviewed a guy there. He said, who was one of the homeless? He says, yep. Basically 100% of the people are homeless because of drugs. They're pretty much all on drugs.
Vivid security. It's amazing how whenever they have all these ones, you always see some fives.
Yeah. Salt Lake City, they're from, right?
Yeah.
They're terrible. Terrible company.
Provo, Utah.
Provo? Okay.
Because according to Time Magazine, Wall Street's 401ks have failed millions of Americans. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough. I discovered a way to grow money potential double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free book and talk to a specialist to discover this little...
Boy, this guy's in Aurora. You know what's that?
Who?
This guy that called in from Vivint?
Yeah.
People jumped in his backyard, take a fence down. He had another lady, because I talked to him, a lady that was kicking on his door. What a neighborhood he lives in.
Wow.
These are separate incidents.
800-493-1717. That's 1-800-493-1717.
If you've even contemplated replacing your old and inefficient AC system, then listen to this. Hi, I'm Megan Dozer with Dr. Fixit. And it may not seem like it, but now is the best time to replace that old AC. Now through the end of the month, if you replace your AC, you will receive instant rebates of up to $17.50 with no money down, 0 interest financing for 60 months, and a 12-year parts and labor warranty. Plus, Excel Energy has up to $800 in additional rebates on qualified systems. That's a potential rebate of $25.50. I know that sounds too good to be true, but it is true. You've got to call Dr. Fixit today.
I can't believe they would abandon the police station. It's gonna end up erupting, I would assume.
What are they going to do there when someone commits a crime?
Let's see.
Have a social worker tap them on the shoulder.
There are people that are saying it's going to cut crime.
That's insane.
Or schedule your service now at calldrfixit.com.
excelroofing.com 303-761-6400.
Shall see.
Martino, your troubleshooter. Genesis Total Exteriors for inside and out. Genesis Total Exteriors for siding and windows and gutters and painting and decks and all of that when the weather's good. They also do bathrooms, kitchens, and baths. I mean bathrooms, kitchens, and basements. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, so Deputy Doc, what follow-ups do you have?
We had a lady call in about a landscaping job that was done by Don King Landscapers.
Okay, and the original problem was what? She had a bunch of stuff.
She had a laundry list of things that she was unhappy with.
Right.
I spoke to Don.
Did she pay him in full?
Okay, here's the deal. The original contract was for $24,000.
Right.
She paid him half. And then there was some other stuff, and she gave another $4,000. And then he wanted her to pay another $12.5, and she didn't know what that was for.
That would have put her over the original estimate.
Right. Now, this is one of those 6 men with the elephant. You can't believe you're talking about the same project. This is going to have to go to court. Everything that I mentioned to Don, he had an answer for that was reasonable. For instance, the extra $12,000, he said there was 150 tons of river rock, 2 additional sprinkler zones, 3 tons of special rock.
He says there were change orders.
There were additions to it, and she's unhappy. She's making all these claims like he did damage to the driveway, which he claims he never did.
This is terrible.
There's no way this is going to be resolved. When I spoke to him yesterday, he said, well, have her call me, shows me instead of 12.5, maybe we can come to an agreement for, halfway, and I'll drop it, and I'll drop the lien. I spoke to her. She said, look, I'm not going to do that. I think he owes me $25,000.
Oh, he owes her $25,000
to have everything redone. She's totally unhappy with the job. So I told her, that...
you know what? In these cases, no one wins.
Nobody wins.
No one, ever.
So she's going to have to go to court. There's no question.
This is terrible.
And I told her this is going to have to go to district court because it's more than the $7,500. So it's going to cost some money.
County court she could go to for up to 10.
But this is more than that. So she's going to have to hire an attorney. And that's really where it stands. He sounds very reasonable. He has good reviews. And he doesn't sound like he's trying to pull anything over her eyes.
So county court limits 15, I believe.
Okay. And there was an incident where the cops are called. She said he started it. He said the neighbor came in and pushed him. So the whole thing is he said, she said.
Actually, okay, let me make this clear. It's $7,500 for small claims court. The limit for county court was raised to $25,000. It was raised. So it's 25 after that. It's district. Because she might be able to sneak into county court, but no matter what.
But she'll need an attorney in county court.
If she doesn't, it's going to cost her dearly. That's the problem.
And now she just wants us to give her the name of an attorney that she can contact.
Well, I don't know. Just because we give her an attorney doesn't mean we think it's a good idea. I mean, but, she can go on referralist.com and find an attorney.
I'll tell her that.
She should have gone there to find a landscaper. That's unfortunately what happens. People don't go there to find it. Did she say where she found Don King?
Didn't ask.
All right. Maurice, I guess, is this a caller, Daphne? I see the name up there or not? There is no top.
Hold on, she's taking another call right
now.
I can check on that
he got a scam call, too, from Excel. Maurice, what's happening?
Tom.
Hey.
Thanks for letting me talk to you. I got a call on Monday.
Yeah.
And this was after I had actually paid Excel Energy. And I have a deal with them because I do have a large bill, and I am paying it, but I do it through their special account.
Okay.
And for some reason, I think these people find out if you got a large bill or something, and they call those people. I had just paid the bill, and they called me about maybe an hour later and saying that I need to pay my bill, and if I didn't pay, that they were going to shut everything off that evening. So I got the number where they called from, and I said, well, let me call Excel and report this number to them and let them know that I believe this is a scam. Because I listen to your show,
yeah,
I know when scams are up,
Well, thanks. Thank you, yeah. So... Yeah. So you're not falling for it, at least. That's good.
No.
Good.
No.
And you're still paying for your balance. I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I wonder how they find out who owes money in order to call them.
I'm trying to figure out how that happened. Because
there must be an insider telling somebody who owes money.
Yeah. I have a number here that they call from.
What do you? Where the scammers call from?
Yeah.
Okay, give that to Daphne. I want to try that number. So, Daphne, take that number off the air and let's figure that out. Maurice has a caller ID number where they called from. By the way, of all the scammers, the Excel Energy ones, the ones posing as Excel Energy do the best job when it comes to their calling. Because if you call in, they have copied exactly the wording of what Excel Energy says when they answer the phone. However, the phone tree doesn't really work, but it sounds exactly like the real Excel. We have found so many scammers claiming to be Excel Energy. Excel even put out a bill one time not a bill, but a notice in their bills one time to beware of these scams. All right, we'll come back with more. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. That's for One Clear Choice Garage Doors. They are the only ones in the garage door business, maintenance, repairs, and replacement, that put all of their prices online. They can also do springs, cables, hardware, anything you need to help repair your door, or, of course, to replace your door or your opener. 720-370-6000. 3987, oneclearchoicedoors.com.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to put it in there. Tell your smart device to play 630 K-Hop.
You have a Steam Pro and Mile High State coming up in about 50 seconds.
Have less in the afternoon.
Steam Pro.
Also, Tom.
Yeah.
From iHeartRadio.
Denver's.
Tom, you there?
Yeah.
On over 2,000.
Whenever Doc is on, can you tell him to lean back a little bit from the mic?
Do you want me to?
A lot louder than you, and since you guys are on the same channel.
I can cut down the. I'm going to cut down the gain on his mic.
Yeah, he was higher than you.
Because he always tells me to talk right into it.
No, I know.
No, you should.
I'm going to cut down on the gain.
It was louder. It was.
Always stops. Peoria and Dartmouth.
They're about the same now.
One more thing, whenever he is on the mic and you're on the mic at the same time, I know sometimes it's necessary, but sometimes you guys are tinny. So whenever he doesn't have to be talking, I would suggest cutting off his mic so your voice isn't tinny.
Got it.
With a high near 78. Right now, a few clouds above, and we're sitting at 63. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-House.
Marcus, you there?
15 seconds, Steam Pro short, Mile High State long.
Millions of people like you take back their privacy online. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers. All for free. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Let's talk about getting your carpet super cleaned with the Green Way with Super Heat. 3 rooms for just $89. That's Steam Pros. And you know, all their technicians wear face masks and gloves and booties. And by the way, they're locally family owned here and run for 33 years. They use the most powerful equipment in the industry. Superheat their water to 230 degrees that kills germs on contact, and 100% green products. That's SteamProInc.com. 3 rooms, just $89. 303-795-2222. Okay, it's really important that you get an estate plan if you do not have one. And we're talking about everyone, yes. Even with, owning a home and a few cars and a bank account, you can always use a simple will to make things simple. You can even do trust to protect your assets from lawsuits. And people in the middle income to middle estate values are the ones that need protection more than anyone. Blake Harris says the super wealthy, they can have attorneys, or they have attorneys already. If you have to go out and hire someone to protect your legacy, it could break you. So get protection. Find out how you can be protected from lawsuits and judgments. Also, maybe a will or a living directive on what to do if you're sick. All of these recent times have shown us anything can happen at any time. Blake Harris is there to help. He will give you complete initial consultations free of charge to outline what you need, along with flat rate pricing. That's Blake Harris, MileHighEstatePlanning.com, 720-924-6171.
You're clear. Mailbox. No, it's not a trick question. When you're retired, do you want income in your mailbox every month for the rest of your life? Hi, I'm Ed Green, host of Your Money, Your Retirement. Linda Gardner and her team at Blue Heron Capital help people like you plan for retirement, looking for ways to put money in your mailbox. Schedule a visit with Linda and find out how. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Metro Construction is offering virtual and touch-free residential and commercial roofing, solar, and siding quotes. Proudly serving Colorado for more than 13 years. 12 months, no interest, no payments financing available. Schedule your roofing, solar, siding quote by visiting metrobuilds.com. Metrobuilds.com. That's metrobuilds.com.
Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, and I trust Fix It 24/7.
One thing on Don King, if he said 150 ton of river rock, yeah, that's a lot of freaking river rock.
Well, he said that's what the extra cost was.
That's $700. See, then they didn't really have a contract.
Right.
That's where it's going to get, and that's where.
Well, no. He said according to her plans.
Right.
If she had a plan.
Right.
So then she wanted extra stuff. And that's what the 12.5 was for.
And that's what is going to be the big thing, is the extra plan,
Right.
Because if their contract, and you probably knew that, Doc, if the contract is ambiguous, it falls on to the person who made the contract.
Well, like I said, he had a reasonable answer.
But you said he had a lot of issues like that where he takes people to court, right? When you look at the reviews.
Well, that's what the review said. But the point is, he gave me a reasonable answer, so I
No, I agree. I think if she doesn't get a lawyer, she's stupid. Well, she's going to.
Coin in the entire American Eagle Bullion Coin Series.
This extraordinary coin is now available, but only for a limited time. Just call government.com at 1-800-473.
You definitely learned that.
To learn more about these emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollar coins, call 1-800-473-0982.
Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $10 value free with every order. Call 1-800-473-0982 now to secure your Philadelphia Mint 2020 American Eagle silver dollar coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-473-0982.
Foot odor throwing you off your game? Stick to a winning game plan with Odor Eaters, featuring 3 advanced odor and
You gotta be blind because I have to wait for 10 minutes. I should be able to get it all.
Odor Eaters provides outstanding moisture control, clear drying.
Good luck.
Is the MVP in
What's he doing?
You call Vivint. He said it's 10-minute wait. Ain't good. They're not going to do anything.
CVS, Dollar General, or other fine retailers. Odor Eaters.
Back on in about 30 seconds, gentlemen.
I've always wanted to learn another language, so I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching.
Can I mute you there, Mark? I don't know where the hell you are anyway.
And soon you're putting words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. I can't...
All right, 10 seconds. Here we go, gentlemen.
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app. That's BABBEL.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you, and all you have to do is call. All right? So Eva says she got a scam call. I'm interested to see what's going on there. What's going on, Eva?
Hello. Yes, I had the same call an hour or two ago, but I have a zero balance. And I did check with with Excel, and they said I have a zero balance. So they're calling everybody. They're not just after people that really owe.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm wondering why they're doing it all of a sudden. Is it because of the COVID thing maybe? They think people might be expecting that they're behind on stuff. So we just have to put that word out. This is going around. And we do, by the way, have the number they were calling from, but it's no longer good. I think they change these numbers every day. Okay, Jim. What's happening with you, Jim?
Hello?
What's going on, Jim? What's happening?
This isn't Jim. This is Kevin.
Okay, Kevin, I'll take you. What's going on, Kevin? Thank you.
I'm blind. I had an apartment fire on April 28th and had to move. On May 15th, the complex put me in a new apartment. I've gone to the post office, filled out the paperwork to get the change of address for a new box here at the new complex. I went down there to get these, and of course, they told me that they couldn't find me in the system.
All right, let me ask you something, Kevin. Kevin, I want to ask something. You got a new apartment in the same complex?
No, and they're in a different complex.
Oh, okay. So you moved all together, and now you have to have your mail change. And your mail's not being forwarded?
No. They told me when I went to do the change of address, the clerk there, even though I'm blind, wouldn't help me fill out the paperwork for the change of address, so I got my cab driver to help me.
God, that sucks.
They told me it'd be 10 days before I could get the new mailbox keys. Well, last Friday I went down there to get the mailbox keys, and they told me they couldn't find me in the system. So I called the 1-800-USPS.
All right, now listen, you do have, hold on, you have access to your box, but nothing is being delivered.
I don't even have access to the box. I don't have the mailbox keys. That's what I'm trying to get.
Who distributes the keys?
The local post office for my address. The Uinta post office here in Colorado Springs.
And they will not give you the key?
said they couldn't find me in the system. Then I called the 1-800 number for USPS to complain. Spoke with a girl named Kim on Friday at 3:41 p.m. She said she found me in the system with no problem, and I'd get a call back within 2 to 3 days. I got a call at 7:12 last night, but I wasn't able to answer the phone. He didn't leave his name or anything, just said to call the Antares Post Office at the number, and I couldn't even get through to him. I had to call and let it ring multiple.
Okay, so where does it stand today?
I called and spoke with a supervisor who put me on hold, and after 25 minutes still hadn't come back to me. And so I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I'm blind. I can't deal with things like normal people because I have to get rides. The cab ride down there to do the original paperwork for the change of address cost me $30.
Are you in the system? Are you in the system now, Kevin, or not?
Yes. The girl on Friday told me she saw the change of address in the system, and when I went down there to pick up the mailbox keys, they told me they couldn't find me in the system.
I know that, but have they since found you in the system since that visit?
Before that visit.
I know.
It's in the system.
Tom.
That's the bottom line. She saw me in the system.
I understand that. Why then did they say they couldn't find you when you went down there? That's what I'm trying
I have no idea other than when I went down to do the original paperwork, like I said, I'm blind.
Okay, I know, Kevin, you don't even have to tell me you're blind again. I've heard it the first 100 times. Daphne, let's help this guy out. I mean, the poor guy's frustrated.
I already have a letter typed off and sent to my angel at United States Postal Service, an email. He will answer me right away. We will get this taken care of.
Kevin, we'll get this taken care of, okay? But I just have no idea why they didn't just do it as a normal change of address. I just don't get it. It's normally... but hold on. You did do a change of address, probably. It's just the key. Did you finally get the key or not?
No, they told me they couldn't find me in the system when I went down to
this is a bad dream. This is Groundhog Day. Kevin, okay. And he's blind, and they can't find him in the system. But they told him he was in the system. Daphne, let's follow this up for the poor guy. I feel sorry for him. Rick has a 2019 Ram 2500 engine that blew. We'll talk about that and more coming up. Every now and then,
I'm across a product that just makes me say wow. And Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is one of those products.
Did I tell you you're blind?
Insulate your home as well, and without disrupting your
You can't see?
It's done from outside the home in just a day in most cases. I'm consumer advocate Carl Martino. A small nozzle injects this environmentally safe foam that expands into every nook and cranny, lowering energy bills by up to 50%. Talk about painful. It even makes your home more quiet, inhibiting insect and rodents. See this foaming process in action at foamyourwalls.com. Then call Rocky Mountain Retro Foam for special Martino pricing. 720-676-6333. It's a safe injection foam that stays in place and will never compress. It's even a fire retardant. Imagine all these benefits in one product. Energy savings, more comfort.
Hey, did you hang up on me or what? What happened?
Yeah, I did there at the end.
Okay. Why?
I had to call him on.
This is Denver's.
You gotta start paying attention here.
Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 6:30 KHOW. Denver.
Right, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
ABC News. I'm Clayton Sandell. On Capitol Hill one day after George Floyd was laid to rest, his brother, Thelonious Floyd, testifying before
What was the name of the bootlegger inside the
practices and law enforcement accountability.
Oh, jeez.
Saying his brother died at the hands of police, saying he couldn't.
God, I think the bootlegger that did the video made Jerry do the videos. Who got sick? Okay, why did he get sick?
He ate too much candy. Stomachache. You remember that? Why didn't Jerry eat any of his candy?
I think because he was wolfing it all down, wasn't it?
He kept licking his fingers before he'd reach into the bag.
What's that? Oh, Cry Again? You did a, oh, that was the one. That was the very first one that they went in, but Jerry did some more.
What was George accused of doing at the funeral with the chips?
Oh, the double dip.
He goes, that's some feedback you got there.
Hey,
Brody.
and then when Brody, yeah, and that's what he said. He says, "Hey, I brought enough for all of us."
Remember, he had to take a picture of himself with the corpse.
Right.
He shows him the gun. That's the best part.
Yeah. No, Tom was talking about at the funeral.
He had to take a selfie.
You know, the double dip. But and why did he have to do that? Why did he do
For
that?
his airline.
Right. But he didn't get the death certificate. That's what he originally needed. So he thought that would take care of it.
For the 50% off the plane fare.
You must have just watched that one with Brody, huh?
Yeah, I did this morning. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
What kind of car does George drive in that episode? That's a hard one.
What kind of car?
Yeah, he's the bad boy.
Oh, that's his dad's car. Was it the 50s? Okay. That's right. Well, that was yeah. He's the bad boy, and he had the Letterman's jacket. He's a bad seed. That's her. She did her dancing.
And she thinks all our employees lost respect because George is a virus.
Because George is a bad seed. He's a terrible seed.
He's the worst seed I've ever seen. That's right, he's a seed.
He's a bad seed. Stay away from him.
Would have been better off shooting him in the sheets.
They never use that word.
They said that in that show? You know what was really funny in that is when he's standing by the car and then Elaine makes a move to him and he backs up.
Oh yeah, at the end, she grabs her employee, throws her in the cab, and then George says something like, "Oh man, what does he say?" And she turns around like she's gonna beat him.
And then he backs up.
He jumps. I think he just said like, "Geez." I'll tell you what I watched before that. It was on we sit out front in the morning here, so right before that, they had on, what the fuck's it called? Raymond. Holy shit, I forgot how funny that
He is. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Who's that? Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond.
This was fucking crazy. So it's the Raymond. He plays poker with his dad's friends, which means nothing. But in this poker game, fucking Uncle Leo, his mother, who is George's wife, and then the proctologist, the ass man, were all playing poker. It was like a crossover of the fucking Seinfeld.
Wow. That would have been good.
I know. The ass man, Uncle Leo, and then the mother, all three of them were in the same exact scene together, and they're all on Seinfeld. It's like, what the fuck? I didn't know the ass man. I thought he only played the ass man, and I forgot Uncle Leo.
Wait a minute. But wait a minute. They didn't really have crossover characters, did they?
What was the show they had crossover?
No, but they didn't really have crossover characters with Raymond. Everyone loves Raymond.
I wonder if they have.
They weren't real crossovers. Same actors.
Right, same actors.
Oh.
Yeah. But what was the movie that they had the crossover? Is that husband and wife? That actually was a crossover. Because Kramer lived, not a movie, God darn, a series.
Oh, yeah, no, it was, Friends?
No, husband and wife. And the crossover was Kramer lived in...
What was it?
God darn it.
Oh, Man About You.
There you go. Mad About
Really?
You. Yeah.
They really had some crossover.
Yep. Kramer lived in an apartment there, and they moved out. I think that's what it was. That they moved out. 30 seconds, yeah.
Did they actually have Kramer on the show?
Yes. They had Kramer on the show.
On Mad About You?
Yeah.
Kramer used to be their neighbor.
Yep.
I did.
And I think it was Jerry's apartment, right, that they moved into, or that they moved out of?
That's right.
So they used to live where Jerry is?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's a tough bit of trivia, man.
Yeah.
I didn't. Did they make reference to that in the show?
Just like that one episode, I believe. I didn't really watch Mad About You Mute.
Know your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We are here to help you any way we can. That's what I love about the show. No matter what's going on in the world, we kind of can unite our audience because we're here to help. So we're not going to give you a quiz, ask you what you believe, how you believe, and predicate our help based on that. We're not going to try to change your beliefs. We're just going to try to help you. I think we all agree no one should be ripped off, lied to, cheated. If someone's cheated you or lied to you, man, you got to let people know. Get on the radio and talk about it. Or even if it's happened in the past, so people recognize the signs of a scam and prevent it. That's really what we want, to prevent these things. So, whatever it is, give us a call, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let's talk. We're going to go to Rick with this engine. We're trying to get an expert on as well, Rick, so hang on there. Mark, let's go to the stock market. What's going on these last few days, and what's going on with rebounds? Are some sectors coming back for good, or just a little, or what? What's going on?
You know, a lot of profit-taking on airlines. They jumped up, man, a lot.
Now, when you say a lot of profit-taking, you mean people are buying and selling daily?
Yeah, exactly. So it goes up to where it doesn't even make sense. I'm not quite sure why the airlines jumped up so much. I mean, we're open again, but I don't know who the hell's flying. But for whatever reason, JetBlue, which I'm heavy in, was up around $15 a couple days ago. Wow. Now it's down around 12 again.
And that's because there was a sell-off taking the profits.
Yeah, there was really no new news. I mean, it's not like something happened in the last 2 days, but people probably, like myself, started going, man, how is it possible this thing went from $7 to $15, but yet no one's flying yet? I mean, it is kind of weird.
Well, that's all, speculation, right? So anyway, what about the level? What is the number at right now?
You know what? Real quick, it's about 27,000, the Dow, but
not bad.
I'm out here in Las Vegas. We've hit a couple different casinos. We've hit some breweries.
Are people still? Are people? Do they look like always, like old times, or not?
No. So the breweries are pretty strict. You walk in, they want the mask on until you sit down, almost like the restaurants in Denver. But the casinos, you would think they were, you were back in time 7 months ago prior to all this. It's the damnedest thing. These casinos, I don't really see masks. I did see setups on some of the tables where there's big plastic in between you and the dealer and the people next to you, but then other tables are wide open. So, I mean, it's pretty bizarre out here right now.
Well, hold on. So they're not doing any. So they're not doing any distancing either.
Not in some of the casinos. Some of the dive casinos. I have not been into any of the big ones like Wynn or MGM. We've been into a couple dives, if you will. And, man, they're just like old school dives still. It's really crazy.
All right. 303.
It's crazy.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And this hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, get 25% off. And yes, they do have equine and canine products. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Rick has a 2019 Ram 2500. Tell us about it, Rick. We have our expert, Andy Barella from Colorado Springs Dodge, listening. Go ahead, Rick.
So, yeah, I have a 2019 Dodge Ram 2500.
How many miles on it?
Roughly about 3,400.
Okay.
Coming back Sunday from camping, and the truck started making a noise. I thought it was maybe a transmission issue. Pulled over the side of the road right away. The engine shut off, and had it towed to Johnson Auto Plaza, and they found out Monday that the engine is blown.
Now, when you say blown, is it seized from lack of oil, starvation, or what?
Nope, no. It had oil. Everything hasn't even had its first oil
Well,
change.
when they say blown, though, there are many ways an engine can blow. So what
Rods and
happened?
bearings. The rod and bearing came apart, is what I've been told.
Wow. Okay. Normally, Andy Barella, Colorado Springs Dodge, when something like this happens, what is that usually from? This it had oil in it, but the rods and bearings failed.
There has to be something in the way of again, maybe a rod bearing or something like that maybe just wasn't quite right when they built it, because 3,400 miles is unbelievable. That is super
Is it
rare.
under any kind of warranty?
Well, the truck is under full warranty, and what you need to do at this point, and I'd be happy to talk to the guys at Johnson. I know them. What you want to do at this point, Rick, is make sure that when it goes together, there's such a thing as putting just a whole new engine in it. So that way they're not rebuilding anything. You're getting everything new just like it was to begin with. And that would certainly be the direction that you want, because certainly the reason you called in is because you're concerned and you want to make sure that you get the new truck back that you bought. And that's what needs to happen. So
the only other
there's a way with Chrysler. I've been with them 34 years. There's a way to go in and do a proper replacement.
Do you think they will replace it? Andy, you think they can get them to replace it?
I do. There's a program to go ahead and request assistance from Chrysler. Rick, I'm happy to help you follow that program. So, if you want to get my direct information from Daphne, you're more than welcome to do that, and then I certainly know who to talk to and how to go about the process.
See, Rick, if you get a new engine, that'll do it, right? Isn't that what you're concerned about?
Yeah, and the only other concern I have is, so this isn't the first major thing that's happened to the truck. So the first 1,000 miles, the first month I had the truck, the fuel pump went out.
So what are you thinking? That you got a lemon or something? I mean, see, lemon.
Kind of. I just
go ahead.
With the truck.
You're not going to get a new truck.
Yeah. I just don't know what, if there's things that they can check out of my truck. I've owned, this is probably my, 8th or 9th new vehicle, my 5th Chrysler product.
But listen, Rick, would you be satisfied? I would. Would you be satisfied with a new engine?
Yeah, to an extent. I guess the only worries I have is I use this, for a camper, and, even with their warranty, I was stuck on the side of the road for 4 hours for them to finally come get me.
Well, I mean, that's going to happen with. That's going to happen. I don't. So okay, let's play this game again, where I say this.
Okay.
So you have a 2019 2500, 3,400 miles. You use it for camping. You had to sit on the road for hours. Therefore, what? I want a new truck. Therefore, I don't want this truck. I want all my money back. Therefore, I want a new engine. Therefore, what? What? I'm asking not what's reasonable. I'm asking what's in your mind.
I would love to exchange it for a different truck, to be honest. I do feel like it is a lemon, but I know that's probably not even an option.
No, they will, but it's going to cost you money. The dealer will gladly tell you, oh, yeah, we'll exchange it. But the problem is it will cost you money. And they're not going to, let's put it this way. A dealer's not going to spend a dime on it. So they're going to give you what that's worth and charge you more for another truck. It's not going to be a gimme. Let's put it that way. So what I would do, Rick, is get a brand new engine. Then I would sell it and buy a new truck of my choosing. But a new engine, if you can get a new engine, and Daphne will give you Andy Barella's information at Colorado Springs Dodge. In fact, you can even get it down to them if you want. I would do that and then sell it or trade it after that. But if you try to do it now, you're going to get screwed. 303-713-TALK. Marty needs advice on small claims. What are you talking about, Marty? What's going on?
Can I sue for slander and small claims?
No, you got to sue for direct damages, like a breach of contract that costs you money. Give me an idea, though. Hold on, though. But I want to talk to you, though, about slander, because there are things you can do. So hold on. I'm Tom Martino. We got more coming up.
Clear.
You got your Fuller Law and Johnson Construction in about 30 seconds.
Home and our offices might be configured differently.
Johnson is
from what
long,
we're used
right?
to.
Yes, Johnson is long.
And everything for offices, they can help you choose and configure the best furniture for your home office or your office in a way that fits your needs and your budget too. Great products and great
10 seconds, Fuller Law, short, Johnson Construction Law.
$250. Seriously. Learn more at everythingforoffices.com. That's everythingforoffices.com. And please tell them Ross sent you.
You hear me say this, and I mean it. Get free legal advice when you need it the most from a qualified attorney who emphasizes his practice toward personal injury. If you've been in an accident, a traffic accident of any kind, motorcycle, big rig, your car, pedestrian, whatever it is, bicycles, in traffic, he'll give you free legal advice. He'll analyze your case with you, and then you can decide if you want to hire him. He works on contingency, which means he collects for you before he gets paid. PersonalInjuryCO.com, 303-597-4500. Okay, it is roofing season. A lot of people are looking to get their roofs done. And you know I'm very particular when it comes to choosing roofers. I love Johnson Roofing and Restoration. I know Chase. He's a good guy, and he runs this from the top down the right way. They do commercial roofing of all kinds, by the way, flat roofing, multifamilies. They do roofing tile. In fact, they're one of the only boneyards in the entire business, which means that they can match your tile rather than replace the whole thing if you need just to do that. And also they have the EuroShield hail-proof roof that recycles tires. It's environmentally friendly. It's really beautiful with stunning designs. You can get any roof by Johnson. It's Johnson Roofing and Restoration, 303-719-ROOF. You've heard me before, don't take chances with roofing. 303-719-7663 or roofsbyjohnson.com. That's roofsbyjohnson.com.
When it comes to your that a lower interest rate will help you save money in the long run.
You're back on.
Also lower your monthly payment immediately and help you build equity faster. It's true.
I finally got through to someone at Vivant. I left a message to the PR department.
From where?
Take advantage of a free mortgage review.
I got through the public relations at Vivant.
You mean Vivant?
Yeah, they're going to call me back.
Vivant, I don't know how you say it.
What did he call it?
Vivant.
Yeah.
Vivant, I don't know how to say it either.
There are never any upfront fees and never any obligation of any kind. So you truly have nothing to lose and so much to gain by spending just 10 minutes on the phone with one of their mortgage consultants. They're even open nights and weekends to fit your schedule. So give them a call at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000.
I think it's Vivint. V-I-N.
Vivint?
Yeah.
Vivint.
What you said yesterday?
I just call them
Jimmy. Rarity. And now, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the creation of a modern rarity.
When the West Point Mint was shut down due to health concerns,
You know, the more they advertise, the less you know it's valuable.
American Eagle Silver Dollar
Who's that?
in Philadelphia for
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Old people really fall for this, I got to tell you.
My folks fell for it.
American Eagle Bullion Coin Series.
I probably saw it was from Hurricane.
but only for a limited time. Just call government.com at 1-800-473-0982.
To learn more about these emergency production 2020 American Eagle Silver Dollar coins, call 1-800-473-0982.
Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $10 value free with every order. Call 1-800-473-0982 now to secure your Philadelphia Mint 2020 American Eagle Silver Dollar coins before they
Hey, Dano, I got to make a call. I'll
Set.
call you back.
Hi, this is Jay Farner, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. We can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows. So when you call 8338-ROCKET or visit us at rocketmortgage.com to start your refinance, you'll be well on your way to saving money every month. The rate today on our 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 3.375%, APR 3.59%. Right now could be a great time for you to take some positive financial steps forward with a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, which could give you the boost that you're looking for.
In addition, we may be able to help you refinance with little or no.
Oh, isn't it amazing the calls? There was like none, and now they're full.
Every client, every time, no exceptions, no.
I like Andy. He's such a good guy too.
Mortgage experience. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Rates subject to change. Pay 1.875% fee receipt discount rates. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender.
Back on in about 30 seconds, gentlemen. Support is sponsored by DuckDuckGo Privacy.
We've got a beautiful spring day ahead with bright sunshine. The high 77. Normally our high is 81 this time of year. Down to 51 tonight, 83 tomorrow. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Want the same internet but more privacy? DuckDuckGo's got you covered. They help milk.
10 seconds. Here we go, gentlemen.
Any trade-offs. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers. All for free. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Hi, Tom Martino. I'm your troubleshooter consumer advocate. That's what I call myself. And actually, I don't just call myself that. I've been doing it for 40 years here in Denver, recovering hundreds of millions of dollars for people. And we're happy to help. Let's keep going here and see what we can do for you. Let's say, Marty, you need advice on small claims court. You want to know, can you sue for slander? Small claims court is for monetary damages only. If you had a direct monetary damage as a result, let me give you an example of this. Let's say that you were going to do a gig on artwork or some subcontracting work for somebody, and somebody called and said, Marty's a bad person, I know why. And that made you lose that. You could possibly then recover that damage. That would be a monetary loss, but it's still skating on thin ice because they want to see mainly contract issues and stuff like that. But I think you could sue if it was under $7,500. I want to know.
I don't think so. It's not going to happen. They wouldn't take it.
What do you think they would say, Mark?
They'd say we don't handle slander. That's exactly what they'd say.
If you did it for what if you called it tortious interference and they made you lose a contract?
They tell you to get an attorney and take it to a different court. They don't handle that.
Okay, so how is that different than breach? If there's a monetary value.
Yeah, that's just it. There's a monetary value in a breach of contract. It's pretty cut and dry, you know. So-and-so was going to, sell me something that was worth $200, and I gave them $200, and they never gave it to me. I want my $200 back.
Right. So if someone interfered with a contract that cost you that $200 or $7,500, you think the judge would throw it out saying the underlying issue is not breach, but something we don't handle.
Yeah, I would, especially if she said the word slander. It's just not set up.
Okay, so let's talk about this. What happened? I want to hear the situation. Maybe we can help you somehow. What's going on, Marty?
I was falsely accused of dog abuse.
Oh, and
by a dog trainer that I met just for 1 hour, and he went behind my back and told the.
So were you considering taking your dog to this trainer?
Yes and no. I met with him for about an hour. I paid him $60 because I had a dog that was aggressive, and so I wanted to talk about the dog. And all he offered was $2,000 training.
Okay, so then who did he tell? Oh, God, hold on. Who did he say to? Who did he say it to?
He said it to the breeder and also to the rescue group.
What did he say? What did he say? Doesn't matter if it's behind your back. What did he say?
He said that the dog was aggressive because I was abusing it.
Okay. And how did that damage you?
It damaged me mainly because, number one, it's in the eyes of the breeder.
How did it damage you? You didn't tell me the damage. You told me why you disagree with it. I want to know what the damage is.
The damage is from this rescue group. I will never be able to adopt a dog from them.
Okay, all right.
And also maybe other rescue groups, and I haven't looked into that yet.
Then that is where you can. That is definitely not going to be a small claims issue.
Okay.
You need to look.
What did you do to make them think you were beating the dog or whatever the deal was?
Nothing. I only met with him.
Well, I mean,
for an
something
hour,
must have happened.
Well, do you think the guy was just trying to be mean?
Did you kick it? What'd you do?
Yeah. Do you think he was trying to be mean?
Yes, correct.
Come on. He just made out of the blue?
Yep.
Or maybe he disagreed with your disciplining techniques.
Maybe you scolded it too hard.
Yeah, even though, and I'm not saying you were.
Stink eye.
I'm not saying you were abusive at all. I'm saying, could it be it was a disagreement?
We didn't even go into training.
Oh.
We basically just talked.
So this guy was giving his hunch. Yeah, you know what? I don't even know. And here's the deal. I don't know if it would go anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Because let me explain something. This is what's really weird. I can meet you and give my opinion about you all day long. So if that trainer says, I've met dogs before that are abused, and in my opinion, that dog was abused, he can do that. He can't. Now listen to what he can't do. This is so weird because you have to go inside his head. He can't say, you know what? That woman's also a trainer, and I'm a trainer, and I'm going to lie about this on purpose to take business away. But if this trainer truly believes you are abusive, he can say it. It's his opinion.
He found something sketchy about you.
Or not, or he was just flat out lying. But do you understand how much it takes to prosecute one of these cases? So let's talk about your appetite for this. And I'm serious now, and I'm telling you this from first-hand experience, meaning I've been sued for it before. I'm in the business where people get sued for that. Marty, to prove malicious intent and slander, to get to the courtroom steps, $50,000 just to get there. That's not the trial. That's depositions and stuff. Do you have $50,000?
Geez, and I'd argue more than that.
No, seriously, Mark, you're right. Probably it is more. I'm giving a conservative approach of $50,000. And by the way, I'm doing this from actual experience. So, Marty, seriously now, would you have $50,000 to go after this?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I just don't. I guess my main concern is I don't want anybody else to be falsely accused by this trainer.
Yeah, but that's not your cross to bear. That's not your crusade.
No, it's not. But it's just it was.
You know, if you're trying to make an example of him for other people, well, don't. It's a waste of time.
How would you even put a value on those damages? Like, you would. Okay, I'm not allowed to adopt a dog from this guy. How does that equate into
not from this guy. She said from all the people he talked to. But even that is not a real damage because you'd have to show there's nowhere you could ever adopt a dog. And then how would that harm you? Marty, it's not worth it.
That's true. And I had already had 4 training sessions with another trainer.
Okay. So here's the deal. You know, sometimes people just give bad opinions or they're just jerks and there's nothing you can do about it.
And you're sure you didn't, kick the dog or anything in front of him?
I don't think so.
No, he was probably saying, you know, I train dogs and this dog kind of acted this way. And I think that's what we're talking about. I wouldn't be too shook up about it. Monty, what's going on with you, Monty? Monty? What's going on?
There used to be a company out here called Comac Paint.
Comac. Is this a supplier or a contractor?
No, it used to be a paint store like Benjamin Moore.
Oh, yes, Comac. Okay, I see what you're saying. The paint. What about the paint store?
I was just curious what happened to them.
Why? Did they close down?
They're nowhere.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe this pandemic did him in.
No, before the pandemic, I tried to Google it, and Google couldn't come up with nothing, so I figured, well, Tom's got to be better than Google.
Yeah, listen, I've not heard of anything about Comac paints, by the way, but they're still coming up in searches, by the way. So are you sure they're all closed?
Yeah, I haven't been able to find any anywhere.
Well, there are...
My father used to swear by them.
Yeah, you know what, though? Nowadays, if you want to know the truth, paints are paints. I mean, really. Most paints of the high-quality paints are going to be good. And you know, I don't know if Comac did their own manufacturing or not. But anyway, if anyone knows, give us a call, Comac Paints. If you did a search on them like I just did, you would think they're still in business. I don't know if it's true that they're all out of business, but he's saying they are. So if you have any information, give us a call. Or any problem, question, or complaint, 303-713-TALK.
Clear.
Oh, you did? I'll look one. You want to do it? Yeah. I'll tell you what they're doing. That's great. I'm surprised, Doc. You must have a silver tongue.
Italian. Sponsored by DuckDuckGo Privacy. Travel around the highways in the metro area and really get...
I just tell me if you deal with me or you could have to deal with Mark.
Downtown, traveling into the tech center. No major delays on I-70 from Arvada traveling out to Penny Boulevard. If you got to catch a flight, Penny Boulevard wide open in both directions, in and outbound. Trouble-free on the turnpike. No delays on 270.
Did you get any sleep last night?
Yeah, I got actually too much sleep. I think I'm lazy. I really do. I think I have too much. Did it ever happen to you?
Yeah, did you get exhausted from your workout? Was that it?
I don't know what it was. I just went to sleep, man, early. Did I do one clear choice stores? Do you remember me saying one
clear choice? Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
People like you take back their privacy online. With one download, you can search and browse.
Hey, just to let you know, I'm mad about you. It was Kramer's apartment, not Jerry. Jerry was already living there.
Okay. This is important because you want to protect your legacy. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. I say this all the time. You can have a simple will. It's better than nothing for sure. You can have a simple trust. There are such things. They protect your assets while you're alive and after you pass, and they can help your kids not squander your assets. You can have as much control or as little control as you want. You can do it the way you want. He can do prenups or postnups. Blake Harris can also take care of beneficiaries' deeds or payable on death certificates or bank accounts. If you want to avoid probate or if you're facing probate, whatever the issue, if someone just died and you don't know what to do, call them 720-924-6171. MileHighEstatePlanning.com and Blake Harris are there to help you across the Front Range, night and weekend appointments, 720-924-6171. All right, speaking of protecting your interests, what about Excel Roofing? Another roofer that I highly recommend, and I've been dealing with them for years. Excel is as in excellent. ExcelRoofing.com, 303-761-6400. He'll give you complete and full estimates so you'll know the price and what you need, so you'll know how to talk to your insurance company. And they're rock solid. In business more than 27 years, on my referral list since day one. So if you need something, they'll tell you. If you don't, they'll tell you. They also do attic fans, which help keep your attic cooler and your roof lasting longer. It's not even wired to the house. It's solar powered, totally automatic. Call Excel Roofing for your roofing needs, 303-761-6400. 761-6400. Excel is an excellent. ExcelRoofing.com.
Do roller coasters make you nervous?
You're clear.
Frequent ups and downs. Don't let market
Hey, tell Tom to take that appraisal one.
The what one?
Appraisal one?
Okay.
The guy already hung up one.
Okay, gotcha. Well.
Schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Did you guys play blackjack last night or what?
No. All of our winnings were taken away and more.
No, but blackjack, is you played that again?
Yeah, same place too. That's what really sucks. I hate when you have a great experience and then a not so great one.
They lured you in.
You'd almost think these casinos were set up to take people's money.
I don't believe that. Doc says that's ridiculous.
I know, it's absurd. You would think the games could wage in their favor.
You think they would just to get people go there, they'd lose money intentionally. Yeah.
So you want to come back?
Yeah. And get that free buffet.
I'm consumer advocate Tom.
Where are you guys eating at?
Take my recommendations lightly. Brent Ivinson started.
Is that the next one?
And he's more committed than ever to doing the lowest rates.
The time gets to it
because he
No.
controls the entire process.
No, this is the next.
His own money.
He puts them up there. He puts them up there ahead of time.
Entirely online and on the phone.
How much time do I have there, bro? And
7,000 or idealhomeloans.com.
What's up?
how much time do I have?
You guys are 50 seconds.
I've never heard of it before, but apparently it's a store.
I don't get it. Is it a brand?
I've seen it before.
Is it a brand or a store?
It's like a Sherwin-Williams, both.
Okay. It's both a brand and I can't find too much on it.
These days, being a small business means navigating uncertainty in a constantly changing situation. So if you're looking for one trusted source that will keep you informed daily, visit the iHeartRadio Small Business Crisis.
I can't find any in Denver.
You'll find small business resources.
I got back on in about 15 seconds.
Info on loans, grants, and other forms of relief. You'll also see stories about small businesses making a difference. So let's get through this together. Visit iHeart.com.
Here we go, we're back.
Business today. That's iHeart.com/small business.
630 KL, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He is all, we always talk about listing homes and selling for more and for less time, and he has stats to prove it. Also, when you look to buy stuff, and I've used him for that, he can find great deals too. He knows when they first come on the market or when they go off the market. He often negotiates directly with owners after things have gone off the market. So if you're looking to buy, he has a team to help you do that too. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. All right, so let's talk about this home appraisal. Jason, I know you were on before, so I want you to come back and talk about this. What's going on?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call again. Sorry about disappearing on you.
What's happening?
So I run own and operate a small real estate company down here in Pueblo. We flip houses as well as we have some rentals. And I flipped a house, this was last year, and it was under contract for $230,000, and the appraisal came in at $206,000. And I've had some low appraisals before, never like this, and I've just accepted it because, they could justify it. I felt like this one was not justifiable in the fact that the condition of the house, the area it was in, he was taking comps from, I don't know if you're real familiar with like the sub areas that we run down here in Pueblo.
Yes, but here's the deal. There are good appraisals and bad ones. Now, why this particular appraiser? Was this because of the loan you were going for?
No. It ran through an AMC, so I was just a seller on it. I bought it, I rehabbed it, I listed it for sale.
And you had it? Did you have it listed for $230,000?
Yeah, yes. I had it listed at $229,900, and I got a full price offer.
Okay, so then he came back with $206,000.
Yep. And our market analysis from both agents suggested that was the right price. I ended up actually losing money on it, as well as what it's my small business, so as well as what I had invested into it, I wasn't able to, recoup.
So after this low appraisal, did you go through with it? Did you lower the price? What happened?
I did. I was because of it being an FHA loan. That appraisal sticks with that house and that loan for 6 months. I had 3 houses under.
So wait, did you lower the price?
Yes, I went down to 206 and sold the house.
Oh my God! I would have never done that if I thought it was low.
Well,
you dropped $24,000 just because?
No, not just because. If there would have been, believe me, we tried everything we could. We asked for a revision. He refused. Like I said, the appraisal was going to stick with the house for 6 months. I was
by the way, if you got another appraisal and they went conventional, it doesn't stick. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it sticks with FHA, but down here in Pueblo, about 80 to 85% of all home buyers are FHA buyers.
Okay, so what happened as a result? Okay, I'm going to go back to this. Okay. I had a house for sale for $230. I had to lower it to $206 because of a low appraisal. Therefore, what?
I would like to know what my legal ramifications is for the loss that I ended up taking.
Nothing. You're going to try to hold the appraiser for an appraisal that you, by the way, admitted was correct by lowering the price?
No, I didn't. I don't.
Well, yes, you did. Jason, you suffered losses because you lowered the price. You didn't have to lower the price.
Okay.
See, that's going to be... How could you ever hold this guy responsible? He gave an appraisal, and you said, well, okay, I guess I have no choice but to sell it for that price. You're not going to prevail. I don't see how you could.
Got a second appraisal.
I could get a second appraisal, but it wouldn't have done any good for this loan. I asked for that.
Oh, because they got to choose them in the blind. I
disagree.
Well, not because they have to choose them in the blind, but just because of the way the FHA structure is set up.
If you got an appraisal that showed errors in what the first guy did, I think you could have had it nixed.
Believe me, we tried. We called everybody.
Then there was a reason. Maybe the house was not worth. Maybe the house was not worth what you think. Were there other houses ever in the neighborhood that went for that price?
As a matter of fact, there was a house that was closer to it than the houses he was pulling. That was selling for $260. That sold for $260.
Okay, a closer. Was it the same size and all that?
So I live, yes, very comparable house, split level home, very close. I live less than a half of my primary residence is less than a half a mile from this house. The sub area is called Highlands Park versus Starlight Avenue. The houses are very comparable. They're all built in the 70s and 80s, split levels, ranchers, and he refused, even though he was taking houses in the highlight area, he was taking them from a mile and a half away versus going a half a mile into the Starlight area and refusing to do this.
Here's what legal precedent says about appraisals. It is a professional opinion which falls under freedom of speech. As such, you can't sue for someone's opinion unless you can prove some kind of malicious conduct or a violation of professional standards. Now, again, I'm going to go back to the reality. In order to get that to the steps of the courthouse, $50,000. Easily. You'll have professional opinions. You'll have other appraisals. You'll pull comparable sales. You go to a real estate attorney and try to get that to the courthouse steps for less than $50,000, and I will be amazed. Then you have to win. Now, if you sue, hold on, there's a possibility if you spend the first $5,000 and you try to sue, that the guy will cave and settle with you. But what are you looking for? If you could wave your magic wand, what are you looking for in damages?
I'd be happy with the potential loss that I took.
What's
so
the
I
amount?
Had the 24,000.
Okay.
24,000.
So you would hope that by spending 5, you scare the guy into giving you 25. I don't think it would happen in a million years. That's just my opinion. Okay. Jason, you also succumbed to it. Remember that. You're the one that accepted it. You did.
No, I understand that. And
he didn't make you sell it.
There was 2 weeks of sleepless nights trying to figure a way out to not sell this.
Look at, you know what? His defense attorney would march in front of you all day long. People who bought homes below, who that appraised lower and brought cash to the table. In fact, if they go to Frank Duran, the real estate man, they'd find tons of people who do that every day because it's desirable. So they're going to say your house wasn't desirable. There's so many ways out of it. It's a good discussion. That's why I talked about it with you. But my honest to God, listen, I'm not giving you legal advice. My honest to God opinion, I would never do it. Ever.
I bet they'd even get a preliminary judgment on this just because of the nature of it.
That would be like a summary judgment or saying, you know, forget it, you're done, go away, or dismissal, either one. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, more coming right up.
We're clear. Matt.
You go back and forth between 50,000 and 5,000.
630 KHOW on iHeartRadio.
You said that twice. Each one twice.
No, 5,000 is to file a lawsuit.
Right, but you said 50,000 at one point.
No,
to get to the
50
court
is to get to the courtroom steps to get to the trial.
Yeah. Okay.
You file for 5.
Okay.
Then you have a whole bunch of stuff.
No,
to
it
do.
was just confusing.
Okay.
I think that guy's in the wrong business. If he's a fix and flipper, he doesn't know that.
Man,
he's over 10% off. What is Zillow? I'd like to get the address and see just what Zillow said. Zillow's not the most accurate.
But it's already been sold, so Zillow...
Sure. No. Zillow still put it up.
So look at this. Both arms fell off.
Oh, damn.
So now I have a pair of sunglasses, but I have to get...
Are they heavy prescriptions?
Yeah.
They're not just readers?
No, these are infinity lenses, which are great. So I just need to get the side-ons put on.
Why don't you get lenses?
I'm thinking about it. You got
clear lens.
Clear lens. How much did it cost you?
$4,500 an eye.
That's $9,000.
Can never need glasses.
Yeah, there's something wrong. In fact, a lot of appraisers appraise what the asking price is or very close to it. That's sort of a big issue.
They must have really thought something was bad.
Yep, I agree.
But why did you get other appraisers?
Apparently, he says they'd last for 6 months as an FHA loan. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, say
if you're looking for floor coverings, any of the new popular floor coverings, luxury vinyl tile, waterproof luxury vinyl tile, waterproof carpeting, composite floors of any kind, laminates, engineered wood, solid wood, you can get great financing, the best installation, and the lowest prices at simplyfloorsinc.com. That's because Buddy and Karen Mitchell, even though they're a small company, they have lower overhead, they're part of a big buying group, they have buying power, but they pass savings on to customers. That's Simply Floors Inc. as an incorporated. Make your own appointment. Simplyfloorsinc.com.
Hey, Tom, Dad wanted me to ask you to get line 3 when you come back.
Gotcha. All right.
Just whenever you want. I'm in no rush, so whenever you want to do.
Well, after this one,
yeah,
I'll do.
Just there's no rush on it.
Are you concerned about the future and how to protect your home? You want to become mortgage safe. Affordable interest mortgage. With home
the world's going to hell in a handbasket.
This happens every once in a while, though, right?
You can get fired for not saying there are 14 genders.
Lost their home when it was unnecessary.
In New York, there are 32. In New York City.
JK who wrote to my father said, if you're menstruating, you're a woman. And she is coming under fire.
She's liberal.
They say there's no such thing as sex. That's the new thing. No such thing.
Well, I told you, all the thousands of babies I delivered, they were either boys or girls.
Doc, you're so far out of it.
You know what's really bad, though?
I want to know when education is going to start teaching that.
Oh, I wonder when
like medical school.
These people are going to raise their kids as a
well, in medical school, we
asexual.
learn that there are abnormalities. You have Turner syndrome, you have Klinefelter syndrome, you have these things that are genetically mixed sex chromosomes. But they're so rare.
Yeah, he's got a rough life.
Who?
Nico.
Nico.
Poor Nico.
Yes.
Poor Nico.
Nico's the only one that gets to come along.
He has no balls, though. That was the issue. They would have brought you, Tim.
So, Tom, we learn about genetic abnormalities, but they're so rare that they have names for these syndromes.
I'll bet you poor Nemo would say, give me them back and I'll stay home.
Male and female organs are so rare. So we do learn about it. The question is, are you going to let political correctness override scientific fact?
Who, Dean?
Someone's born extra.
It is Milo.
They're male. End of story.
I like Dean.
So they're genetically male. How they want to
perceive themselves. That used to be called dysphoria. Now it's called.
Dean.
Well, it's still in the DSM-5. It's still sexual dysphoria.
Man, I'm not going to take it so easy on you when they start that racquetball. I can tell you that. I've been too easy on you, Mark.
I wonder when we will be able to play again.
They sent me my, I had a winter
Do you
league.
call Tommy Timmy?
I might if he got his nuts chopped. No, but they sent me my money back from the winter league.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc., a broker dealer.
I wonder what the Fed update is.
I'm going there right now and just see.
It is right now?
No, I'm going there just to see what they say.
Yeah, I don't think they've done it yet.
Hi, Tom Warchino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK.
713-8255. So who did you want me to take, Daphne?
Line 3 if you take Kevin.
Kevin. Go ahead, Kevin. What's going on with you? Hello, Kevin.
Hi, Tom. Can you hear me?
Yes. What's happening?
Hi, I just wanted to call and thank you all. I just spoke with Daphne, put me in contact with her contact at the post office.
Oh, you were having problems.
So, thank you very much for your help.
Let's explain the problem. You couldn't get the key to your post office box, right?
Right.
And we're making arrangements to have that done.
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
Digger.
Well, that is good. And Ants pulled out my dinger, if that doesn't sound perverse. Okay, so Ants, since I'm on remote, I have to pull out my dinger remotely through Ants. Oh, don't even think about it. Anyway.
Don't say that.
Do it again, Ants.
Thank God Ant's there to help you.
Do it again, Ants. Okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I love when we can help people. Thank you, seriously. Let's talk to Jill. What's going on with Jill? What's happening?
Hi, Tom. This is Jill. We bought a fridge, a Samsung fridge, at Appliance Factory Outlet back in 2018 in December. And about a year, maybe a little bit before the year, it started to have problems with Ice Maker. We were so busy getting home from vacation and with sick kids, which we think now at this time it was probably COVID for our oldest son. But anyways, we dealt with the ice issue ourselves and then started to notice that it just kept getting worse and worse. We talked to Samsung. They didn't want to do anything to help us. Basically told us that we were out of warranty.
By the way, I'm distressed about this because I used to be a fan, and now I'm hearing more and more people saying that they're having bad luck with service with Samsung.
They're basically telling us that we got a used fridge from Appliance Factory Outlet, and they're saying that it isn't a used fridge, and nobody wants to help us. And
no, they sell. Listen, they sell seconds. That's what they sell. So there could have been a little ding on it. It could have been a bad run. It doesn't matter. But that is what Appliance Factory Outlet sells.
Aren't they still under warranty?
Nope. They generally handle their own warranties on the products they sell.
Jill.
I was not under the impression that we were getting a used fridge. I mean, they said they dropped it off at somebody's house.
Once again, though, Jill, it's not used. I don't believe it's used. It's possible it could have been used, but generally speaking, they're not used products.
But, Mark, are you sure they don't carry the normal factory warranty?
A lot of their stuff does not. They buy it cheap enough from the factory, then they warranty it themselves. I actually don't mind the model. But it is what it is. That is what it is. They don't try to hide that.
Do you have your original purchase paperwork? You did it in December of 2018.
Yes.
You do have in your original paperwork. Does it reference anything about warranty?
Brand source appliance service and repair is what it says on there.
For what?
It doesn't say anything about it.
That's who they are. That's them.
But does it say? Oh man, can you send us that? What have you called Appliance Factory Outlet?
Yeah, and that's the problem is we're just getting the runaround from both companies, and it sounds like Samsung's actually in a class action lawsuit over 22 or more fridges with these ice makers and everything. And I don't want what's not rightfully ours. I just want a fixed fridge. And I called Brand Source, and they told me that it was going to be over $600 to fix this fridge, and we just spent $2,000.
Okay. Did you tell them, though, that Samsung claimed it was used?
I did, and they denied it. They said that it was dropped off at somebody's house. It was taken back right away. It was never used.
So they sold it to you as new?
That's what they said, yeah. I said Samsung is telling me that this is what is going on. They're saying it's not true. So I went back and forth through those two for a while. Then I contacted the BBB. Now I'm in the middle of dealing with all that. And then Appliance Factory Outlet, Terry, the manager over there, won't even return messages or calls or anything. It's just
all right.
So frustrating.
By the way, listen, through the years, we've gone back and forth with Appliance Factory Outlet. Sometimes they do great, sometimes they don't. It depends. We have to look into this. I'd like Deputy Doc to see what he can do with Samsung. If it's not used, it's not used. It should be under warranty unless it's not. And they have to tell us why it's not. And we'll try to put the pieces together if you want to hold on. Plus, he has a lot of other follow-ups.
You know what? When you start getting into...
Clear.
Because she's the second owner.
But except they're saying that never was used.
Right, but Samsung is saying...
we got to just get to somebody that'll at least
Well,
listen.
let's see what Adam has to say.
Hey guys, it's Ross.
Okay, can I talk to you, Daff? Can I get off audio, please?
Off
audio. Hold on, I got to get off audio.
Be more? It just takes a 10-minute call to American Financing to get started. You'll work with a dedicated mortgage consultant, someone who will customize a loan
Why is Alaramas
to achieve your financial goals. There's no pressure, no...
She said for line 4.
For line 4. Can we get Kevin instead? I know it's going to be awkward.
I have a note there. Kevin's with his tax guy. He's not available today.
Okay.
He was my first call.
All right. The reason I didn't want Al is because he basically told us to go sit and jump in a fucking lake.
to learn more. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate. Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Tom, you asked me to call him a couple of weeks ago. I didn't. I just thought...
Is he still on the referral list?
He's...
HOW, Denver, an iHeartRadio station.
iHeartRadio.
ABC News, I'm Clayton Sandell.
On Capitol Hill, a House Judiciary Committee holding a hearing on police reform following the death of George Floyd. Floyd's brother, Phalonis, testified about watching the video where a police officer held his knee on Floyd's neck before he died.
Gotcha.
Fine.
I was reminded of that when I watched the video of his murder.
Okay, back up there.
He called all the officers, sir. Legal and community leaders also briefing lawmakers on reforms at the same time in Minneapolis where Floyd died.
Using phased approach to reopening.
Police Chief Materia Arredondo announcing Wednesday, I am immediately withdrawing from the contract negotiations with the Minneapolis Police Federation. He says they're also connecting officer performance data to identify early warning signs of misconduct. 9 of 12 city council members are calling for the abolishment of the city's police department. The chief says until there is a plan in place, he will continue to serve. Ryan Burrow, ABC News. This is ABC News.
Hey, Mark, it looks like just the outdoor stuff is open for South Suburban.
The 75-year-old Buffalo protester
What's the outdoor stuff? Tennis courts, basically?
Tennis courts, golf, playgrounds, dog parks are open, baseball, softball. Oh, they do got ice arenas, though. That's indoors.
The president cited a conservative news network report that Gugino is an Antifa
Doesn't look like anything like the weight room or any of that indoor stuff is open.
2 officers have been charged with assault.
Oh, it says open with reservations.
Individuals with historical ties to the slave trade are coming down. London's mayor.
What, for racquetball?
Yeah, well, it says recreation center, so I'll go there. I'll give him a call.
Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, is 99 years old today. He and Queen Elizabeth have been staying out of the public eye during the coronavirus lockdown. Clayton Sandell, ABC News.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right?
It looks very well could be. We just got to have reservations. So I'll give them a call.
Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products.
You're not. Are you coming back for this then?
Fisher Investments, Tom. So we
He's in the executive there.
When it comes to helping clients achieve.
He's in the executive. Dap.
Clearly different.
Oh, Dap was asking, said Tom.
Investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
You know what this is like, Tom? You know what a supersaturated solution is, right? So this whole thing, he was like the crystal. You know, if you drop a crystal into a supersaturated solution, the whole thing crystallizes. He was that crystal. And the country was this supersaturated solution, just waiting for an excuse for all of these anti-establishment people to rally around it.
I think what it did is because everybody was on unemployment.
Yeah.
And so they were looking for something to do, and
right.
There's growing concern about neighboring states and spikes in
I will bet you it would still have happened, but it wouldn't have been such a colossal thing if it would have been for the Corona.
Right.
If it wasn't Corona.
I don't know.
I do.
I know one thing. I'm pissed that the media is calling the protesters who protested for opening up reckless and said they're contributing to Corona. Now they're saying that these protests amazingly are not contributing to Corona. How can that happen?
Same thing, they say all their stuff.
I mean, isn't it funny how science follows politics?
Oh, yep. Well, they're not even using science.
Well, they're saying that Fauci and all those are saying that
Fauci said it?
That they were practicing. They must have been practicing safe practices. They haven't seen a spike as a result. See,
it hasn't been 14 days though.
They were way more concentrated than these Trumpers out there. I'm telling you, I am so fucking tired of unfair reporting.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 6:30.
What are you bitching about?
Want the same internet, but more privacy.
Okay. When these few people went out with face masks and everything, and they were protesting the shutdown and that we should open the country back up. They were called reckless and dangerous. And they were contributing to an outbreak, they said, or an increase in corona. But with all these protests all over the country, health officials are saying magically, it's not now contributing to a peak.
No, Fauci says he's concerned with the racism and stuff, but he says he's concerned about the spread.
Well, look at what they've said as far as...
Who's they, though?
Well, I looked on CNN. No, seriously.
I know, but CNN, come on.
Do you really discount every news story there?
Well, I don't even go to it because you don't know what to discount. That's just it. You don't know. Just like you could have a liar, but sometimes he tells the truth. So do you say that he's somebody you would go to? Maybe I'll play with Ross and we'll get really good, and then when you come up, we'll just spank the living tar out of you, Mark. As usual.
It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Afternoons 4 to 6. Wednesday forward highlights from the Hickenlooper Roman.
All right, 10 seconds. Here we go, gentlemen.
And how rich that Polis now blaming people from Arizona and Utah for Colorado COVID when it's Polis who let in unlimited numbers from New York.
Boy, Kaplan hates Polis.
Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions. Let's go right to the phones. This show is all about help. Let's see what we can do to help. We have a number of issues pending, so we'll go to the phones. First, I want to go to Adam. Adam, did you say you have the same issue with Samsung? This one woman has a Samsung refrigerator. They won't honor the warranty. They say it's because she bought it used from Appliance Factory Outlet. Appliance Factory Outlet said this was never used. It was sold but delivered. The woman refused delivery. They then sold it to Jill, so it's technically new. Adam, what issue did you have? Was it with Samsung and Appliance Factory Outlet or just Samsung?
Mine was just Samsung. I think I had the same issue with the freezer. The ice maker sits in the refrigerator part of the refrigerator.
Yes.
And it was creating an ice dam, so it was locking up, and then no ice was being produced. I bought mine brand new through Costco through a whole suite of appliances, so I can't speak to the Appliance Factory Outlet and if it's new or used or whatever. But mine, when I called Samsung, mine was technically out of warranty, and you pretty much just got to negotiate with them because I mentioned, hey, there's a class action lawsuit going on with these. So if you want me to join the class action lawsuit, fine. Then you have to give me a new fridge because that's what the direction was going. And he started working with me then. And then he told me that he would cover parts, but I got to do the labor. I'm like, no, the part is the cheap part. Cover the labor. So he basically gave me a 6-month extension to my warranty. They came out and they
and this one was clearly under warranty. I'm wondering if
it's a new bigger drain that they got to put on there. There is a service bulletin. There is a fix for it. You just got to negotiate and fight Samsung to, hey, it's cheaper for you in the long run to just send it out and do it versus the class action.
Thank you, Adam. You know what? I'm going to have Deputy Doc take a look at this and talk to Samsung for her. 303-713-TALK. Matt has a problem with his truck. 4th time, he says, with a CV joint. It's a Toyota Tacoma 2010. Now, Matt, where are you taking it where they can't get this fixed right?
Steven, it's not mine, actually. It's a buddy of mine. I was calling for a buddy.
Okay.
But it's Stevenson Toyota, and he's taken it back 3 different times, and he has to take it back a 4th time because he pulled up to work this morning, and it was the boot. I guess it's supposed to be a sealed unit, and the boot is actually leaking in where the CV joint is. And the ring that holds the boot on there this time is actually just gone. It's disappeared. It's not
wait, so he didn't have it replaced 4 times, did he?
He had it fixed. Yeah, he had. As far as I know, he had it replaced.
Well,
not the CV joint itself. Just the boot that seals the grease.
Okay, no, I get it. I get it, Matt. Are you saying though that boot was replaced 4 times, or was it replaced once and looked at and corrected 4 times, or 3 other times?
3 times. Well, by the same people, 3 different times. It needs to go back a 4th time. My question is, when is enough? And you just say,
I would say,
I'm going to take it somewhere
I would
else.
say 3 times is enough if they can't get it done.
Man.
But what I don't understand is why didn't he just ask for a refund or at least, well, hold on, they're not charging him for that extra labor. But why doesn't he go somewhere else? Why doesn't he go somewhere else and figure it out? Let's talk to Al Aramis at Pro Auto Care. Al has dealt with Toyota Tacomas before. Al, have you heard of this problem with the CB boot?
Yeah, it's tough to say what he actually had done. If he had the whole axle assembly done, that's usually not very common that they start leaking the grease. So usually what that happens is that the boot itself didn't seal correctly because the band wasn't tight enough. That's an easy fix, man. That doesn't make sense. Now, I've seen where people replace just the boot and put grease because the boot tore, but they say, oh, the axle's still good. But when they put a boot on, the boot's actually not the right size. That's when I've seen them leak like that. So he really needs the history of this to find out, was it fully replaced? It's a no-brainer, man. Replace the axle, do it on the warranty, and put another one in there because it shouldn't do that.
But a 2010 wouldn't be under warranty. And are these repairs under warranty, Matt?
Yeah.
Like in there. As far as I know, yeah, he took it in and had it done and paid to have it done because it was out of warranty.
No, I get that.
They warranty their work.
Okay. Here's what I would do then. I mean, he's going to have to get someone else to look at it because it's going to just keep happening. Yeah. That, the old definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So what he should do...
Right, but I think he was just trying to do it, give it due diligence.
But he's done it enough. He's done it enough. Exactly. And what I would say to them is this. Okay, here's what he can do. Have him fix it and say, I'm going to have it checked out by an independent mechanic. If they find anything wrong, I expect Stevenson to step up since I brought it back 4 times. That's what I would do. And then I would take it over to Al Aramis or to Pro Auto Care and have them look at it.
Okay.
That's what I would do, Matt. I don't know what else to tell you, man, because, these people, you have to let them know. Let them know, look, he paid for it. He expects it to work. This is the 4th time. Right after we get it fixed, I'm going to have it looked at. And if there is an issue with it, then I think Stevenson should pay for it. And that's the way I would handle it. 303-713-TALK. Josh, you had the same, is this true? You had the same problem with Samsung as well?
Yeah, it's like your other caller said, it creates an ice dam.
Yeah.
Mine was out of warranty. Granted, I didn't have a question of whether it was used or not, but I can tell you one call from where I bought it from to Samsung, and they stepped up, came out and fixed it for free. The fix is a whopping 5 minutes. I mean, my guess is if anyone puts a little pressure on them, the guy came out with a unit. He told me he had done 20 this month because it's clearly.
Wait a minute. It only took 5 minutes to fix?
Yeah, he basically takes the ice maker out. He puts a new little piece in it. My guess is it's changing the vent down to the freezer, so it's not getting, it's not thawing out in the refrigerator. But the fix was literally 5 minutes. I mean, he walked in my house. It took him longer to unpackage the part from Samsung than it took him to fix it.
Wow. Then why would this be $600? Appliance Factory told her to fix it.
I don't know how much the part is, obviously, but I can tell you one call from my dealer. I bought mine at Specialty Appliance, so it was a little different. They sent an email to their Samsung rep, and a day later, I got the call that they were going to come out and fix it for free.
Then I think we need to get a hold of them directly because apparently, I don't know if they deal with
guys. They don't have the unit she bought does not have a warranty through Samsung. The warranty is through factory.
But I've never heard of that. So does Appliance Factory buy the units from Samsung directly, or how do they get them?
You know, I don't know, and I'm sure they buy them in multiple different ways, but as an example, they might buy them from a builder like Lennar that ordered 1,000 refrigerators or whatever, and all of a sudden they're not going to use them in their model home, so they might go in and buy those. I don't know, but I'm telling you, on some of their products, the only warranty is directly through them. They service and repair it on themselves.
Then my question, do you think factory outlet or appliance outlet should have told her that it's not warranted by the factory?
I would assume they did. But wait, I mean, I don't know. If I sell something to you and say there's a warranty, I don't know. Does that mean it's a factory warranty? I don't know the answer to that.
No. If they said it's a warranty, that's good enough if they warranty it. But I'm saying, if you had, let's say you had something, like I've seen this online, Mark, where I've purchased a camera, and it says clearly, not backed by factory warranty. Now, I figure, why did they say that?
A lot of cell phones sold on Amazon, like Samsung. I got a brand new Samsung in my hand right here, but mine is from overseas, so it can do dual SIM cards. And when I bought it, I also bought it with the risk knowing it was brand new from Samsung, but there is no damn warranty on it.
No, and there's nothing wrong with it if you know. But I think on a new product that would otherwise be covered by...
But she does have a warranty. It's just through them. That's all I'm saying.
Did she say that, though? I got the impression she said they wouldn't fix it either. So that's what we have to clarify.
I did not get that impression.
That's what we have to clarify, Dav. If she got... we need to see her paperwork that she bought, okay, when she bought it, to see what it says. But I think if they didn't say anything, it kind of leaves the impression on a new appliance that it comes with a factory new warranty unless they disclaim it. So, Amber, what's going on with you, Amber? Welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Good, Amber. I'm sorry for the wait. What's going on?
No, it's my pleasure. Listen, Tom, you've already hit the nail on the head. You mentioned a couple minutes ago, insanity is just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I have a very, very small nonprofit called Facing Homelessness Denver. And last year I fed over 8,000. We are housing over a dozen. We are getting results and getting people off the street by simply breaking down the complexity of homelessness. It's really, really overwhelming. I get it. But by actually interviewing the person and posting their story on Facebook, social media, TikTok, Instagram, we are identifying what that person is going through, whether it's domestic violence, unemployment, mental illness. Sometimes it's something because of drug use, an opioid epidemic switch. I need help with getting more waters. I need help with getting more wet wipes, getting more funding. I need a box truck. Because now, because of the unemployment, homelessness is expected to go up by 45%, and I just cannot do this alone anymore.
Okay, Amber, what's the name of your group?
Facing Homelessness Denver, and you can find us at facinghomelessnessdenver.com.
.org. Okay, facinghomelessnessdenver.org. I'm going to look that up. And we'll try.
It's .com.
Oh, .com. I'm sorry. FacingHomelessnessDenver.com. I'm going to look it up, and I'm going to try to get you the help you need. It sounds like you're doing a wonderful thing.
What do you guys do? I don't get it. Do you try to get them into rehab? Do you try to help them? You just give them shelter? What's the whole deal?
So, like you guys, man, I'm a fixer. So I have to listen to the individual. Every single person has another issue. Sometimes it's not knowing how to navigate the system because they're newly homeless. Sometimes it is because of a mental illness. Sometimes it's because they left because of domestic violence. And when you get thrown into homelessness, you just don't know how to navigate the system. So
you're right. You're absolutely right when you're thrown into it. And I want to ask, Amber, how long have you been doing this?
So I've been doing this as nonprofit work for the last 2 years. I take 100% of the donations that come in go out. And there is no other organization.
How do you? No, there isn't. How do you support yourself?
Well, I had a full-time job, 8 to 5 as a corporate recruiter until COVID hit me about 3 weeks ago. So now I'm living off of my savings and hoping I'm going to find new employment soon. But
oh my goodness,
my
Amber, you sound a lot like our friend Pastor Lauren, who does food banks and clothing and all that, and he has a full-time job and does his church on the side. I swear to you, you are supporting this whole thing, and now you need help.
Amber was almost homeless there for a while.
Amber, this is a great story. Hold on, all right? We'll come back to you. I really appreciate what you're doing, and man, this sounds like such a good organization. Hold on one sec. And by the way, Mark and I talk about public adjusters all the time. What is a public adjuster? It's someone who works for you with an insurance claim to get you the most money you have coming. Know this. Insurance adjusters will never give you a fair settlement. Even if you got a big settlement that you think is fair, trust me, they've left money on the table. Their bottom line financials dictate that they pay less than 100% on claims. That's how they operate. To get what you deserve on a claim, Claims Pro, a public adjuster, I endorse Claims Pro at publicadjuster.pro. Call Peter in the Denver office and get help on your fire and smoke, rain, hail, windstorm, floods, whatever it is, commercial or residential, and he has stats to show he can recover a lot more money than you can ever recover on your own. 833-252-4600. 833-252-4600.
Clear. You got Ideal Home Loans and Joe Lazare, both loans coming up in about 25 seconds.
How much will it cost to fix? And now there's another fear. Having someone in your home. Rest assured, Plumline goes beyond CDC guidelines for your safety. So make your appointment with confidence. A whole house electrical inspection, just $21 from a company I trust in my home. Putting character, ethics.
All right, here we go. Ideal Home Loans, Joe Lazare.
PlumlineServices.com. That's PlumlineServices.com. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. And I call it ideal because they are owned and operated locally. They loan all of their own money, and they have these programs for you. First of all, pre-approvals. To make it like a cash deal, you're all ready to get the money. You just need an appraisal, and it's done. And title work, of course, that's their pre-approval. They have credit optimization to make sure you put your best foot forward. They can help you by correcting just one thing on your credit report, possibly paying down a balance by just a few bucks to get you better pricing. And then they have interest rate guarantees. If you refi or you close and rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. And they have the custom term loan, which means you want the low rate, but you don't want to go back to 30 years. You can refi at any term you want. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Okay. If you're in trouble, and many people are facing weird times right now, DUIs and other things, Joe Lazare is a criminal defense attorney to help you. I know Joe personally, and he is dedicated to helping people to make sure their rights are preserved. It's a sad fact that not everyone charged with a crime or accused of a crime is guilty of that crime. We have certainly seen that, haven't we? If you need help with an unjust accusation, or maybe you're stupid and made a mistake and you just want to get through the system, you need a criminal defense attorney who will fight for you. LazaraLegal.com, 2 Z's and 1 R. That's Joe Lazare's website. LazaraLegal.com. You can also find Joe Lazare on my referral list at referralist.com, or call him at 303-429-6200.
Are you in Barrett's?
All right, you're clear.
Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. My team and I go above and beyond, taking the time to ensure you feel safe at my office and are comfortable receiving the care you need to have a beautiful, vibrant smile that you deserve. At Barrett's Dental, we offer total dental solutions, which means we can handle all aspects of your care in one safe location without the need to refer you out
Yeah, I just
doctor to doctor.
looked at their warranty for Appliance Factory Outlet. It's very sketchy. They say the stuff is sold as is.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. but they don't really go into. We have to see your paperwork as far as the actual warranty that they do, and it might be different for different appliances.
Dental care. Call Barrett's Dental today at 303-731-1308 or visit Denver.
We've had full lines the entire show.
Except the very beginning, we had a few that were just in here, right?
For the first $1,000 in dental services.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows.
I wonder how actually her on homelessness. I would like to hear just what she says. Why? And I know every story is a little different, but if she can get people out of the homelessness thing, that's spectacular. But
it's drugs and mental illness.
Well, I would say mental illness is a small part. I think drugs. I think drugs is the biggest thing. Besides
addiction,
mental
health is part of it.
Yeah, I guess you could start lumping them together. I mean, but. I mean, just like in Seattle, and when they had the thing, if you look at that dying in Seattle or whatever, Seattle was dying, whatever, they said, the guy said, yeah, everybody's on drugs.
Where do they get the money to buy the drugs?
Steal.
Once they're homeless.
Steal.
Is it all petty theft?
I think a lot of it probably is. Prostitution.
I'd cut my dick off before I have sex with some of those skanks that are on the homeless row.
Yeah.
Sleep is a natural immune booster, and only the Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts your comfort.
But if it's like violence, women get out of the violence. That to me is probably the quicker way. They're probably willing to work to.
Oh yeah, if someone is running away from an abusive household, they probably have more. Have their head more together to get out of the homelessness.
Right. And that's a temporary thing.
Right. And it's not their fault.
But if you look at, geez, when I was downtown and stuff, I mean, the people there, I mean, they didn't look like they cared if they ever died. It was just a life. Now, I didn't sit down and talk with them.
But there are what I call truly accidental homeless.
Yep.
And then there are career homeless.
Yep, you're right. You're exactly right. And a lot of them don't want to go by rules, and that's why they're homeless, because they.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Amber Din, I believe that's how I pronounce her name. And she has a website that I think is really cool, and she is doing a good work and needs help. FacingHomelessnessDenver.com. And she says, I was doing this myself. I was working full time. I was helping people. And how many people have you helped to get from homelessness to some semblance of normalcy?
Years over 100. But annually last year we fed and clothed 8,000. We set up until COVID happened, we set up in Civic Center Park, and we would feed 300 to 400 at a time. And then we do intake calls on, my nights, my weekends.
What does your program consist of if you had to lay it out in an outline here? What would it be?
Very clearly, we're a gap-filling organization. So let's say you end up at Senior Support Services. They don't pay the deposits to get you inside. So if you get on the rapid rehousing list, you have to find that money somehow. I will pay those fees. Let's say you get into a housing situation and you have an animal and they're not current on their shots. You suddenly have to pick in between your support animal and housing. So I'll pay for the vet visits to make sure that all the shot records are up to date. Every single person that we meet with gets individual intake counseling. We figure out what that issue is, and we never give cash. I do all of the work. So whether they need a pair of work boots, a deposit, a haircut, I go and stand shoulder to shoulder with that person in need.
What got you into this?
So when my daughter was 2.5, she got acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and we ended up at the Children's Hospital. And my husband left me on the spot, was like, I can't watch Taylor die, I'm out. And I essentially became homeless. I sold everything that I owned so I could keep my car and my cell phone. My dad happens to have a homeless shelter in San Antonio, Texas. So when you do this kind of work, you end up with a homeless entourage. What I didn't know was that one day when he came to see me at the hospital with a homeless guy named Bear, I told him, hey, Taylor's finally well enough. I have nowhere to go. And he said, oh, don't worry, you know, God will provide. I was like, dude, that guy's not on my time schedule. This isn't going to work. This is crazy. But what I didn't realize was that guy Bear, totally homeless, had nothing, went back to that homeless shelter, told everyone there what had happened, and they went out and they panhandled for me and got me my first and last months on an apartment.
Wow.
So I have to do this. I have to pay it forward. People that had nothing gave me my entire life back. So it's just my life's work. So I do this on my nights, my weekends, whenever I have an opportunity. I just want to help.
Do you have a location, an office or anything?
I don't, because I don't want any overhead. If somebody's going to trust me with a donation, I have to make sure it goes out to somebody in need. So if somebody knows of a spot where I could do a storage, or if somebody had a box truck laying around that they don't need anymore, I would be happy to take that off their hands so I could take in more donations.
I don't know why I'm just hearing about you. I don't know why. Amber, you're my new best friend. I swear I can't blow holes in this thing anywhere. I'm looking at you.
I think she's in Castle Rock, too. She's close.
I am. I'm in the world's tiniest townhome in Castle Rock, Colorado. After this call, I'm picking up 2,200 pounds of food and distributing that long cold packs to a couple motels.
All right. Tell us what you need, Amber. What do you need?
Man, I need more page followers. I need people to share the message because.
Okay. Do you have a 501(c)(3) or anything like it?
I do.
Okay. How do we donate to you? How do we donate to you?
If you go to Facing Homelessness Denver, there is a page that shows you how and what I need. Waters, I'm in desperate need of waters all the time. I go through about 500 every day I go out. Wet wipes, mini first aid kits. I'll take your clothing. I will pick it up.
Socks.
You do not have to come to me.
So
Socks.
if you go to facinghomelessnessdenver.com and hit donate, it's there. A lot, plus you can text her vehicle.
$5 will take you very far. I don't care what the donation amount is like.
Okay. Let's have her on again. Amber, we're going to put the word out. We're going to continue to do it. Daphne will talk to you about getting you on our referral list as well. Amber with facinghomelessnessdenver.com. I'm so sorry you had to wait. I didn't know what you were calling about. I would have put you up quicker. And we'll have you back on, okay, Amber? Really, we will, like tomorrow. So I want people to take time to go to facinghomelessnessdenver.com. This is a doer. This is someone who gives 100% and more. And wow, we are going to do what we can to help you. Thank you, Amber. Now, Jim, I can't believe you have the same Samsung problem. What happened?
You gotta go to break.
Jim?
A little bit different resolution.
What happened?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, the brand new refrigerator. We bought the suite at Home Depot, dishwasher, microwave stove, and refrigerator. And within about a month, the ice maker started to have an issue. So my wife called Home Depot. They put us in touch with Samsung. We were out in a rural part of the state, so we were 75 miles away from the technician, so they wouldn't service it. So they said, well, we'll just come pick it up and bring out another fridge. Waited about a month for that. That didn't happen. Called them again. They said, guess what? We're just going to send you a check, buy that fridge out, and you can do whatever you want with it. So about a month later, check showed up. We kept the fridge, bought a countertop ice maker, and we make ice once a week and fill it back up for $125.
All right,
Yeah.
Jim. Well, thank you very much. Man, this seems to be a common problem. We have more coming right up.
That's probably what the fast action suit is about, the ice makers.
It is.
This is Denver's talk station.
But it sounds like it's an easy fix.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he just doesn't get it fixed. You got the check.
Now,
It's like people with hail damage. How many people?
He could have gotten it fixed for what they paid him.
Yeah, how many people don't get their cars fixed after hail damage? They just keep the check for other things.
Right? Yeah, you're right. You are exactly right. They don't mind driving. I tell you what, I got to pull a couple from my last hail thing. It wasn't enough to, I didn't even turn it in. But I think I can fix it. You know, most of those little ones pop out by themselves.
No, my cousin did that. He drove his car for like 4 years.
Was it bad though?
He got, I don't know, $2,000.
No, I hate looking
I'm
at
going to keep the car anyway. So
I hate looking at the dents on the hood though. I mean, that really bugged me and stuff. But I got it.
He didn't care about it.
With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo.
And I bought one of those glue dent pullers. I just got to do it.
Troubleshooter, let me count the ways. 24/7 emergency service. I love that. If you have any issue going on, maybe a frozen pipe in the winter, maybe a leak in the middle of the night, it doesn't matter. 24/7 emergency service. They don't charge a trip charge in the Denver metro area. Now they go outside of that area for a very small fee. On top of that, they have discounts for senior citizens, military, single-income families. And my favorite, if you ever need a full-blown sewer line replacement, you're not going to find a better price. These are the guys. Master Rooter, write this number down. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. If you own a house, you're going to need a plumber. Get this number down, 720-434-3406. They do commercial work as well, 720-434-3406.
Rates are like a river.
1 minute till auto granted.
Concerned about the future and how to protect your home? Do you want to become mortgage safe? Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage. With home values still at their highest level ever and rates at historic lows, now may be the best time to be prepared if the economy changes. Last time, many of our friends lost their home when it was unnecessary. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Many of our clients have the ability to tap their equity should the economy change, all without having to borrow the money now. We can show you how to access your equity in these uncertain times to give you peace of mind and allow you to focus on what's important, your family. Call Affordable Interest Mortgage at 720-895-0500. That's 720-895.
All right, Tom. 15 seconds to your auto granted. Here we go.
2001, our reputation of putting you first with straight answers and listening are unmatched in Colorado. Let us help you protect your home. Take AIM, 720-895-0500, where it's all about you.
The Art of Granite will get you countertops for wholesale for materials in 2 weeks after you select them. TheArtofGranite.com is the website. They're direct stone importers. That means you get wholesale on all materials direct to you. Then they charge for only the fabrication and installation. The tear-out and haul-away is free, and the bathroom's free when you have the kitchen done. So get your price on the phone. 303-386-5919. 386-5919.
Have you been lied to?
You're good.
Some politicians in the Wall Street propaganda machine? Hi, I'm Inc. Magazine best-selling author Greg Kitchen, and if you're over 55 with an IRA or 401k, I want to give you a free copy of my new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because according to Time Magazine, Wall Street's 401ks have failed millions of Americans. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potential double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits.
But I hope they do more than just feed the people.
Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get
that's temporary.
No, she does more.
Right, I know she does the counseling, but I mean, she's still.
And never losing a market crash.
And maybe you've got to start feeding them
to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, when you call right now, you get free shipping and handling, no credit card required, and I'll send you a free copy of the audio book so you can listen in your car. Call 800-493-1777.
No, what I'm saying is to break, well, just like you do all the time as far as before they fall off, you don't help until unless they fall off.
It's too hard. It's too hard after that.
there's just too much shit they need.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is on the homelessness, it's unless you can get them out of the cycle.
I mean, you would think, before this COVID thing, it was so easy to get a job.
Yep.
And like I've always said, you see these guys holding up signs, blah, blah, blah. Why don't they get a job holding up the sign and get paid for it?
And
Right?
I think a lot of it is they don't want to, because like say, step 13, you got to follow rules.
Right.
And that's what I've heard. A lot of them don't want to follow rules. I mean, you can give them a free place to stay and everything, and then 3 months later, they take stuff out of it and go on to the next one.
Right. I mean, I think it's a lot of that.
And that's what really, as far as for people, they say, why do it? Why give them money and stuff? It's a temporary fix.
Make no mistake, if you owe back taxes, the IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your wages.
Well, yeah, there was somebody that called the show about a month or two ago, remember? And Tom was saying, well, if we help you today, what are you going to do? Right? What's your next step besides getting through today?
Immediately stop the threatening letters, embarrassing phone calls, and negotiate a
And that's just the thing, is people want, if they could break that cycle, it would help, and maybe she can do it. Maybe, she's got a formula and stuff. Or, like say,
855-930-4707. Don't go it alone. Call now for a free consultation at 855.
But if it's like an abusive relationship and everything, I think
that's a different story.
Right, that's a temporary.
And of no fault of their own.
Right.
Right, I agree. Radio app. Now #1 for podcasting. 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino. We are getting things done, and I hope we can help that woman who has started that thing years ago. She's done such a great job. FacingHomelessnessDenver.com. Thank you for calling us. We're going to look into it, have you back on the show. I love what she does. I mean, and she worked full-time to support it. Now she says, look, this COVID thing, I lost my job right now, and I still want to do this. I'm working, and people can donate. It's a 501(c), and she takes not a dime. Wow. Okay, Jason, you have an interesting question, and there are interesting answers to it, Jason. What's going on?
So just curious on, a retail store in a metropolitan area like Denver. What rights do they have to not allow a customer to come into the store?
They have quite a few. Now, here's what they can't do. They can't pick and choose standards in order to discriminate illegally. So they can't keep black people out and pick something that is unique to black people and say, so everybody with this can't come in, or everyone with this color skin can't come in, or anyone or who lives here can't come in, or age. They can't say no one over 55 can come in, or they can't say
they can say kids can't come in.
Hold on, they can't say with religion you can't come in with this or that. And as far as children goes, minors aren't deemed to have the same rights. So, however, accompanying. If children are accompanied by someone who's allowed in, they would have a hard time excluding kids unless the general policy was no kids. Then they can do that. But they can't do it for just some kids. In other words, if they want an adult store, they can have one. Because kids don't.
And there's communities. There's communities, Tom, like where my parents live. You can't even live there unless you're under 50 or over 55.
That's right. And they can do that for adult stores, adult communities, and adult certain things. What they can't do, though, is have a covenant for people who are dressed a certain way if it singles out a certain community. But this is weird the way I'm saying it, but that's really what it is. They are allowed, however, to say to someone, you don't meet our dress code. And but if that dress code, I'm trying to okay, let's say burqas. They can't say people with burqas can't come in. So that would be a violation of a right based on a religion if they were required to wear a burqa
Is there a place?
or a head covering. So why don't you get right to what's happening with you or who you know, and let's analyze it. What's going on?
Well, I went to a Tractor Supply this morning, and there was a younger gentleman with a mask on in the parking lot. And he asked me, "Do you mind if I ask how old you are?" And I said, "What does that matter?" And he said, "Well, we're not allowing anyone under the age of 65 into the store right now." And I said, "Well, you can't discriminate against me because of my age."
Oh, you mean, hold on, was it early? Was it an early? There are stores doing special hours for people over 65 for health reasons, and they're having special hours, and they can do that. Unless they say you can never go in there at your age, Jason. So what were they saying?
They basically said you can't come in the store right now. They said we are doing...
For how long, Jason? Was it just for the hour?
Yeah, I think it is just the hour. The problem that I had is, when you look on, and their district manager did say, "Well, we advertise this on our website." And I said, "Well, I don't necessarily go to your website whenever I come
and they
to the
don't.
store.
They don't even have to. They're saying that's a convenience.
Sure. You
But
must
Jason,
watch the news, though.
Yeah, Jason, there are stores doing this all over town where they're allowing the first hour or a certain hour for seniors, and they can do that.
It's the first time. I've been working 6 days a week since this whole COVID thing started. Traveled all around the state doing all kinds of different things. I've encountered this once, and it wasn't age restriction. It was more just, hey, we don't really want to have a lot of people at our counter for an exorbitant amount of time.
Hey, what did you say the name of the store was? Did you say Tractor Supply?
Correct.
That's odd. That is very strange. Can you imagine walking into a parts store, a Pedestrio Brothers or something, Tom, and they're like, you have to be over 65 for the first hour? I understand.
Well, they're just doing it as a courtesy. Yeah, they're doing it as a courtesy. They're saying our older shoppers can shop the first hour without. But it is weird for that kind of store. Normally that happens in supermarkets and Costco and things like that. I'd never heard of it for a parts store.
I went to a Tractor Supply last week, and there was nothing of the sort kind of advertised.
Were there a lot of people in there Jason? Were there a lot of older people in there?
There was one car in the parking lot, and that gentleman walked in right before I did.
Wow.
So whenever I walked into the store...
Hey, Tom, you'd be able to get right in.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Jason.
4 gallons of oil, and then the manager asked me to leave, so I left.
Here's the thing, man.
And then I called corporate, and then I spoke to the district manager,
And here's the thing. On a case-by-case basis, if they're doing it as a courtesy to seniors, and let's say there are no seniors in there or there's one and he left, they could have easily said, go on in. You're not, in other words, you're not holding up anyone. But, that's up to local management to try to manage. I mean, so many people, they get a rule and that's all they know. They don't want to make any interpretations whatsoever. But if you're asking, can they do it? Yeah, they can do it. And listen, under the guise of public health, they can do a lot of things. However, they have to justify it, and now they can. Troy, you want to talk about... let me take a break. And Troy, we'll talk about putting a lien on a property and why you want to do that and all of that coming up. We have lines open. Whether you want to talk about problems, questions, complaints, or just a gripe, give us a call. If you have a question, we have experts to answer. Or we can, 303-713-TALK. More coming right up.
Clear. Become the banker and full of law coming up in about a minute.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by DuckDuckGo Privacy.
Lots of trouble spots off-highway in the metro area. Police activity in the area of Park Avenue West and Delgany and Wewata, just east of I-25. Just avoid that area altogether if you can at this time. I got a gravel spill off-highway on the southbound side of Santa Fe approaching Aspen Grove between Bowles and Mineral. Avoid that area as well. Road work continues on eastbound Bowles at Wadsworth. Watch out for lanes blocked there. And the left lane's blocked for road work on the southbound side of I-25 at Lincoln Avenue as well. The weather forecast. Well, it's going to be sunny, nice today, breezy with a high near 78. Right now, just a few clouds above, and we're sitting at 67. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
15 seconds, become the banker and full of law, both short.
They help millions of people like you take back their privacy online. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers. All for free. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. Hey, I hope you don't need him, but if you're ever in a traffic accident of any kind involving a truck, maybe a big rig, a motorcycle, pedestrian, whatever it is, a bicycle, you can get free legal advice immediately by simply calling him, 303-597-4500. He'll give you all initial consultations free of charge, go over your case. If he decides that it's a good fit, if you want to hire him, then he works on a contingency fee basis for a small percentage of what he collects for you. 303-597-4500. Free legal advice, personalinjuryco.com. Investments. We talk about them a lot, and right now people want to know what is a safe investment. Well, don't take my word for it. Look at the proven record. During this entire pandemic, people who have had this strategy of called Become the Banker, that's overfunding life insurance on purpose. That overfunding comes back to you one way or another. It grows tax-free. It can be taken out tax-free. It can be used during your life to pay bills. It can be used in retirement. And they haven't lost a dime. In fact, they keep making 5%. Guaranteed 4% plus 1% dividend. Find out more. Make your own appointment to find out more at becomethebanker.org.
NBC is with Lester Holt for in-depth coverage of the stories affecting us all in communities across the country. Turn to the most trusted TV news anchor in America.
I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other.
Fairway Auto Service invites you to experience honest auto repair and service. Trust the technicians that will provide you with exceptional customer satisfaction. They offer the best auto service repair and quality for your car. For more info, go to fairwayautoservice.com.
Hey folks, kitchens, baths, counters and floors, and even replacement windows and doors for curbside pickup? That won't work, right?
Hello, this is Sunrise Home Improvement.
Hi, Shin. Dan. Boy, I need to talk to Todd again.
Sure, Dad. Hold on just a moment.
This ruse.
This is Todd. Hey, Todd. Dan. Since we fired up operations again, we've had tons of folks calling and asking us into their homes to get the projects done, and we're certainly very grateful. But that 20% discount thing for select install dates?
Yeah, I know, Dad. It's been great, but we need to end the program soon. So how about this? For folks calling now to get something done, let them take advantage of our 20% discount on complete projects for select install dates just a little while longer. Does that work?
All right, Todd. We'll do it. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Even replacement windows and doors. Have our word. We'll treat you right. We've done it right. Call soon. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage, especially now with rates at or near the lowest in history, but you didn't want to start a 30-year loan again? Well, now you can. This is Ross Kaminsky from my friends at American Financing, and let me tell you, they can help. When refinancing to drop mortgage insurance, lower your rate, or consolidate debt, you don't have to restart your loan. Because at American Financing, they offer 10-year, 13-year, 18-year loans, really any term you need. It truly is a custom loan. You choose the term based on your budget, and
look at
they'll
this
find the most
bullshit.
competitive rate and the most affordable payment. It takes just a 10-minute call to start, and their mortgage
Clickbait. I just hate it.
I know it too.
helping you find the right solution.
It usually says ad or some stupid thing that you can kind of tell. It's always something interesting. I always say is you got to listen to this big long video on something. Why don't you just say what you're doing, say what you're selling? Who's going to want to listen to this stupid ass video?
Hi, this is Jay Farner, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. We can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so when you call 8338-ROCKET or visit us at rocketmortgage.com to start your refinance, you'll be well on your way to saving money every month. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.375%, APR 3.59%. Right now could be a great time for you to take some positive financial steps forward with a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, which could give you the boost that you're looking for. In addition, we may be able to help you refinance with little or no out-of-pocket
So the
costs.
Seattle City Council member unlocked the building and welcomed the protesters inside.
Giving you the best
Who did?
mortgage experience.
In Seattle.
Call us today at
The
833-8-ROCKET or go to
capital.
rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Rates subject to change. A 1.875% fee receives discounted rate.
So now what?
Terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. License not
Well, they said there's no violence.
Hi, Brian here with Advanced Mud Jacking. I've been lifting sinking concrete across the Front Range for over 25 years. I'll fix your sinking concrete and save you money. Call Advanced Mud Jacking, 303-424-9441 or advancedmudjacking@yahoo.com.
I will bet I'll say it's going to turn violent tonight.
Go, it's a creepy ad for headphones
Where?
almost at one
Seattle.
time. I hate that feeling like I'm being watched. I downloaded DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away.
The big thing is peaceful protesters took over Seattle City Hall.
Tell your...
Here we go, gentlemen.
Ah.
We are back.
Then you can hear KHOW while you're working from home.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Your Troubleshooter 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Troy, keep calls coming. We got a lot to talk about. We have experts standing by. We have some follow-ups and things to talk about. Troy, what's going on with you?
Hi, Tom. Hey, I'm a local home inspector here in the Denver area, and I have a client that refuses to pay for the home inspection that I did for him.
Did they move into that home?
No, so this was just yesterday, and he is saying that there's no industry that requires payment before the job is done. And, you know, you can disagree with that or agree with it, but and here's the other thing. He was with me the entire time, the 2 hours that I was doing the home inspection for him. And so
well, even if he said there's no industry that will pay before it's done, so you did the inspection, so pay afterwards.
Did you have a contract?
Yes, contract signed. I haven't even got to that point yet because in the contract it even says.
Well, tell me what happened. You signed a contract, you did the inspection, and he didn't pay you.
Yep. Yeah, so he's saying that he wants to see the report before he pays me.
Hold on. Is it on a home he's buying?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So my question with the lien is, can I do a lien on the property? And then how fast would that...
No, you can't do a lien on property.
Yeah, he could. I think he could.
Well, you're inspecting a property for this guy.
Yeah.
You're not working on that property. I don't think you can do a lien on that property if this guy ordered it. Okay? I don't think so. Okay. Now, I might be proven wrong, but my gut is you did not improve the property. You did not work on the property. You worked looking at the property for this man. If he...
Tom, my point is he can put a lien on that property.
Okay.
I have no doubt about it. All he's got to do is file the lien.
If he... Well, yeah, that's true. Anyone can put a lien on it. Yeah. Okay? So if anybody, I can put a lien on it, and I didn't do anything. That's not the point. The point is, will it be removed and easily removed? I think it could be, unless this guy buys the house. Why won't he? So he doesn't trust you, or what? What's the issue?
He's saying that he's trusted too many people over his lifetime, and he's been burned too many times before the job has been done.
You know, in a way, I think that's standard. I've had to hire a lot of engineers when I was building that garage, and everyone would come out, do everything, but before I got the stamped wet plans, I had to pay every single time.
Exactly.
So
he's come out and he said, you must, he's told me through emails, you must have been burned before.
But Troy,
this is why you can do that.
Troy, you want to know what power do you have if you give it to him and he doesn't pay? You could take him to small claims court. You can get a judgment, and with that judgment, you can put a lien on anything this man owns. That's what you can do.
You can cloud that title, too.
On anything he owns. Whether you put it on the other one or not, I don't know.
What's the most important factor for...
Clear.
Coin's value, rarity. And now, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the
You know what
creation
taiko
of
drummers
modern
are?
rarity.
When the
West Point
the Japanese drum troops. Watch this kid.
Emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollars were minted in
Just watch
Philadelphia
him
for 13 days only. And that makes these coins with the P-Mint attribution the second rarest coin in the entire American Eagle bullion coin series.
That's pretty hard to do both sides. It's not hard to do on both. Even with both like that?
Not particularly what he's doing, but it looks more fancy than it is.
Really?
That drum corps was pretty cool.
I thought these guys were incredible.
Call now and you'll receive a free American
That's not hard to do?
Or
just show me?
It's more show than go.
Okay.
What he's actually doing isn't complicated.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just,
those other drummers, though, that you showed me, the drum corps was different.
Yeah.
They were really good. Really good.
See, these guys just, even the girls do it. That's why you have to have experts look at things.
I know.
Because to me that looks terrific.
Well,
but to you it looks,
it's pretty
no,
cool.
but to you it looks.
Well, what he's doing,
yeah.
it does look fancy, but his actual beat is not.
It's not that great.
I don't think so.
His brother Philonis describing his emotions and how it.
I don't think. I mean.
No, I'm just curious. It's interesting. I guess it'd be if I watch somebody do an operation.
Philonis Boyd labeled his brother a gentle giant and called upon Congress to take action to prevent future deaths at the hands of police. Adam Kelsey, ABC News, Washington.
Floyd died in Minneapolis, and today the police chief there vowed to make changes, canceling negotiations with the police.
See, one of the things they're doing is they're just shutting down the government in Seattle.
Are they?
Well, they're occupied that and everything around it, and so what?
Well, because they're all anarchists.
I know, but well, I guess what I'm saying is it is a, I guess at the time, a peaceful protest, but look at what you're doing. You're stopping the government.
Well, what do these anarchists think is going to happen to society if there's no rule of law?
I think they think it's going to be utopia.
I mean, how can people believe that stuff? If you're a socialist, at least there's a structure, there's a government, there are rules and regulations that you would follow in a socialist economy.
Right.
Peacemaking, not the once influential Mideast quartet. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
A rare Ferrari breaking a record in an online auction. The 2003 Enzo went for more than $2.6 million. It's the most expensive car ever sold through an online auction. The car's original price when it was built was $650,000. The Enzo was sold through a Sotheby's digital auction.
So let me know when you want that follow-up on Vivant Thomas.
Yeah, no.
Okay, whenever you get a chance.
For the ones who keep things going, no matter where they are. In extraordinary times, extraordinary people step up, like the ones standing guard and standing on the front lines, and the ones who are staying apart while still working together. With your efforts, we will get through this. We're grateful for all you do. Visit Grainger.com for resources that can help as you create your recovery plan. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're more focused than ever on keeping your employees and customers safe. Cintas has the products and services you need to feel prepared. Our Cintas technicians can apply our disinfectant and sanitizer spray throughout your facility. Our Ultra Clean service for restrooms uses a sanitizer effective against certain germs, bacteria, and viruses. And we'll help you stay well stocked with hand sanitizer, face masks, and essential PPE. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
K-How News Time, 103.
Police reform across the United. Hey, Tom, you there?
Yes.
Can you, Dad told me to ask you if you can ask Dan if they've been getting all the emails she's been sending. To be dealt with on a local level.
Emails that she's been sending to us?
To Dan.
Yeah, he's been getting them.
And there are many things that have to be done. Yeah, she said just let her know. And need to be doing it at the federal level as well. He says the feds need to provide grants to help local departments. A bill on police reform heading to the Colorado State House. It goes in front of a State House committee today. The Senate passed it on the final vote yesterday. The bill includes such items as a ban on the use of chokeholds by officers and a requirement on the use of body-worn cameras. The University of Denver making cutbacks due to budget issues related to the COVID-19 pandemic.
According to our guest yesterday, it includes nearly 40 layoffs. That includes staff members. There will also be salary reductions for those who make more than $90,000 a year. That's the latest. I'm Chad Hoffman.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Broadmoor.
Lots of trouble spots off-highway in the metro area. Police activity in the area of Park Avenue West and Delgany and Rewata, just east of I-25. Just avoid that area altogether if you can at this time. I've got a gravel spill off-highway on the southbound side of Santa Fe, approaching Aspen Grove between Bowles and Mineral. Avoid that area as well. Road work continues on eastbound Bowles at Wadsworth. Watch out for lanes blocked there. And the left lane's blocked for road work on the southbound side of I-25 at Lincoln Avenue as well. The weather forecast. Well, it's going to be sunny, nice today, breezy with a high near 78. Right now, just a few clouds above, and we're sitting at 67. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Ready for a trip close to home, yet a world away? Book a welcome back family package at the Broadmoor, opening June 28th. Learn more at Broadmoor.com. That's Broadmoor.com.
Let's talk about getting your furnace completely checked. Now, it's going to get cold. People say, why should I get my furnace checked? Do you know how many people have gotten their furnace cleaned and checked, and it's increased its efficiency or helped it run better, where they thought they had a major problem, it turned out they didn't? And for just $39, fix it 24/7.
That first one, oh Jill, it was Samsung. Do you need her information for that Samsung?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Here, do you want me to write it down?
Well, yeah, because it said there's also the president's number.
I just emailed that guy, and but as far as for Jill, I'll forward that to you. I'm trying to get the president's.
Let's back on track. We'll let customers know that you're here and you're ready. Call 1-844-BUY-RADIO. iHeartMedia is here for you. That's 1-844-BUY-RADIO. iHeartMedia. Call now. It's Ross Kaminsky.
Morning. All right, 10 seconds, we're back.
You need cop who worked for the gang unit and taught at the police academy. Feel about all the current talk about law enforcement officers. You'll find out at 7:05 Thursday morning here on 630 KHOW.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life a little easier. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. That's a CBD product from Panacea Life Sciences. You can buy any number of products and get 25% off. Just put Tom in the promo code or Martino at RealCBDThatWorks.com. CBD is great for pain, for anxiety, for inflammation, and immunoboosting. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Before we made a statement that anyone can lien anything at any time, they can. However, years ago there was a guy that went out, he was pissed off at lawmakers, and he put liens on people's properties where he didn't actually work on the property to improve it. And then they came out with a law that said if you cloud a title, you can get in trouble. So there are fines associated if you put a lien on it and a lien is not due. So who has the right to lien? If you skim the law, as who has a right to lien, this is where it gets tricky. It says it goes through an entire list of contractors who improve or work upon property and do something to alter or improve the property. It does say actual mechanical or contractual things. I'm not looking at it right now. I just looked at it. But it does say this. It says also professional services, but goes on to say like engineering, surveying, and stuff like that, because that surveying and engineering is for the house. Whether or not a home inspector hired by someone who doesn't own that home would qualify, I would say not, just from logic. Because if I say to someone, hey, go inspect that house, and they go inspect it, you don't, and then I'm not paid for that inspection. I can't make the argument that I have altered or improved that house in any way, or contract or worked on the house and also the owner of the house didn't even authorize it. So I don't know. That might be a tough one.
Yeah, but we've had people that just deliver goods to homes, like a roofer, and all of a sudden the roofing company that supplied the shingles had nothing to do with the improvement of the house. Actually,
no, but the shingles were used on the house, or they're at the house. You can put a lien if something is delivered to the house. Because,
the materials.
Yeah, so if the materials are being used on that house, that the supplier is improving that house technically by supplying the roof. If I was this home inspector, I would not bank on having. If that guy doesn't pay, I wouldn't bank on that as being a surefire way of getting collected. I would say, do you have any reason?
No, and if the actual owner of that house, Tom, you know, in retrospect, if that owner went after him for damages because all of a sudden you couldn't sell it because the title was clouded, holy crap, man, this guy could be in a world of hurt.
I'm wondering why he doesn't think he'll be paid. The guy says, "Oh, I've been burned before," but he didn't say I'm not going to pay you. He just said, "Deliver the product and then I'll pay you." So I don't know. Maybe he can go deliver the inspection and then get the check at the same time. I don't know. I don't know why it has to be a pissing match like that. Sometimes things just happen, and people just get their backs up in the air, and then it never changes. Clint, what's going on with you, Clint?
Hey, I just wanted to let you know in regards to that guy from Tractor Supply. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm sure you do, but Polis made executive order for face masks. I read it in the paper stating that they can refuse service to anybody if they don't.
I don't think they were refusing him for that, though. That wasn't the reason. I
understand that. But
okay.
The point being is that's one option. And then I just went to go do a drug test, and they were doing 60 years and older for the first hour. Just so you guys know.
Okay, thank you, Clint. Yeah, I did know about the face mask thing. I wear face masks, and, you know, here's the deal. We can go round and round about who it benefits and if it benefits at all, but I think there were studies that show it does slow down the transmission a bit.
Definitely.
And here's the point. Whether it does or not, if it's a law, we do it, right? I mean, right now, it's not hurting me to do that. Don. And give us a call if anyone has any questions. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Daphne, what's this COVID-19 eviction defense project? They didn't pass that yet, did they?
Okay, so line one wants to talk about the pending bill that's in the House,
right,
demanding rent. So I went ahead and called Zach Newman with the COVID-19 eviction defense project, and he actually was walking into the House right now to put down a moratorium and negotiations on exactly what Don's going to be talking about.
Yeah. Don, what's happening with you? Are you a landlord or a tenant?
Good afternoon, Tom. No, actually, I got this from a friend of mine. While I was waiting on hold, I was just reading over it. It looks like this is a moratorium on evictions until May 2nd of 2021.
My God.
Not a moratorium.
If they did a moratorium on evictions till 2021, what would a landlord do that has to pay a mortgage? What would they do?
I have absolutely no idea. Like I said, I'm not a landlord. I got this from a friend of mine who runs an apartment management company.
Look, you know what?
And,
our world is
just got to challenge it in court.
Our world is going crazy. Well, listen, I have total sympathy for people who are victimized by this and who can't pay rent. I do. But at the same time, landlords don't necessarily own these properties free and clear, and they have an expense. They have an expense.
Even if they do. Yeah, even if they do, they have a ton of expenses like property tax.
And I just don't know how we could possibly just say, hey, you can't evict him till 2021? That's going to cause foreclosures then.
So many of these people are getting the $600 a week from unemployment. That's $2,400 a month. They can afford to pay the rent or part of it.
Okay, so what follow-up? Listen, Don, where do you stand on this, by the way?
Yeah.
Where do you stand?
I think it's a dumb idea, to be honest with you. May 2nd of 2021, but my understanding is most people are paying their rents anyway. So I'm not.
So what you're saying is, Don, this is going to encourage people not to.
It might. Then again, it might not.
Wow.
I'm not.
Here's the thing. We have gotten to a place in this country where we feel absolutely everyone has a right to everything, and it can't be. Even though we might think that feels good, we can't do it. We can't. Now, obviously, we should protect civil rights and constitutional rights, and we should protect against violence from police or violence from anyone or violence on a particular class of people or a particular a gender of people or sex of people or age of people. I get all that. We all love that. That's for sure. That's a given, right? But then we go further, and we're trying to make a perfect society, and it can't happen. There are going to be problems that we can't legislate away. I mean, the government...
You can't... I don't know where our federal government or local government has the right to negotiate a contract that you and I signed. I'm telling you, as soon as this is tested in court, it would never stand up.
Well, let's hope that, right, Mark? Because here's why. We know lawmakers are influenced by politics and by societal pressure. We know it is. And so is medicine. So is science. Everything is. It's no matter how you look at it, it is influenced. For example, things that used to be considered a mental illness are no longer a mental illness. Things that used to be considered dysphoric are no longer dysphoric. I'm not saying, by the way, that's wrong. I'm just saying it's influenced. Things that were considered a natural phenomenon are now considered, no, it's not natural, it's man-made. Things that, I mean, we have come to a point where we're trying to legislate science or the environment not to warm up, even if the Earth have gone through warming cycles before man even was industrialized. We're saying we got to stop it. We are trying to control everything. Things that are not meant to be controlled. We're just, I don't know where it ends. I mean, and now we're even going so far as to say we shouldn't have police departments. And again, if you don't speak in favor of defunding police, now you're a hateful person. You know, first of all, hate is a weapon that is being thrown around. Not everyone who disagrees is hateful. Not everyone.
Listen,
I am not hateful, but I believe we need police. I don't think we need violent, disgusting, immoral police, but I think we need police. And I think defunding police departments in general, just defunding them, doing away with them would be a mistake. But I don't think that's hateful. That's not saying I want to see people beaten. It's saying I want to see normal law and order. I'd love to see police better trained. But just to God, we're overreacting to everything nowadays, Tom, and I'm hoping that this doesn't go on too long. What?
In the Constitution, it says, the clause states, no state shall pass any law impairing the obligation of contracts. They can't do it.
Okay. They can when it comes to constitutional rights. That's the only time. Like, for example, you can't sell yourself into slavery. But other than that, you're right. They can only if it violates constitutional right, just like they can with laws that violate constitutional rights. But that's not what we're talking about with eviction. So I agree. Deputy Doc has some follow-ups. What's going on?
Some good news.
Now, Vivint Security.
Vivint Security.
By the way, they have terrible ratings all over the country, just so you know. This guy, what was the problem he had?
He had a problem with his security camera, and they had come out multiple times to fix it, and they were unable to do it to his satisfaction. So I called them. I got in touch with their public relations people, and Aaron, who sounded genuinely interested and upset that the problem hadn't been taken care of, told me he was going to get on it right away, and he was going to call them and make sure it got taken care of.
Good.
And I spoke to Scott, and he's going to call me as soon as it's resolved one way or the other.
Well, that's wonderful. See, this is where the show cuts through the red tape like this, where he was able to get on and cut through the red tape. Oftentimes, I don't know why this happens, but People just can't get anything done without bitching and moaning. I don't know why, but feel free to bitch and moan with us. The Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
But I got to say, I'm with Mark. You cannot not enforce a contract. I mean,
it's the Constitution,
exactly.
guys.
You sign the contract to pay rent. You're obligated to pay that rent.
Feeling sluggish, weaken your workouts, have a lower libido, and
That
just
sounds
don't
very
have the
hateful,
energy
John.
you used to have.
What?
It's
Very
quite
hateful.
possible that you have low testosterone. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain
No, but
Men's
hate
Clinic.
is now a weapon they can use. They can call you hateful.
Low T
That's
treatments
been
give
for the
you many
last-
benefits.
What's that?
and might
Year.
even contribute to a healthier lifestyle.
Okay, I gotta
If you're
call
like
this.
most men,
You understand that that's how they shut you down.
higher sex drive,
Just call you hateful.
and more. Plus, the treatments are highly effective for most men. And
I'll tell you, a bunch of businesses that are leaving Minneapolis
most of our patients can administer their testosterone therapy
because they're afraid of what's going to happen if there's no police.
is open. Our offices are not located in
I wouldn't want to live there.
Be taken to a treatment room immediately. So come to the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and experience how testosterone
I think
therapy
one
changes your life.
of the
Is only $99.
Supreme Court justices in an interview said
Day of your appointment, your visit is
there's three important things you need in the country are you need a police force that people respect, and you need an impartial judiciary. And if you have those three things, you have the pillars upon which to build a democracy.
Where
And
do
I
we
think
get the
that's
notion?
true.
Where do we get the notion that police incite crime?
I have no,
Where do you even get that?
I have no idea how anybody can even think that. I mean, it just
Doesn't it scare you? Like, don't you sometimes feel like you're living in a fucking...
Yeah, Tom, I said, I have never fired a gun in my life, either a pistol or a rifle. And I'm even thinking about buying one if this thing gets out of hand. And I'm a supporter of the Second Amendment, but it doesn't mean that I need to buy a gun to support it. You know, if you want to buy a gun, go right ahead. I just chose not to. But I have no idea how you can make that connection between police being there and causing crime.
And Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is one of those products. No other product.
Vivint Security has such terrible...
Well, let's see if they follow through on this. The guy sounded very sincere. That's all I can tell you.
A small nozzle injects this
He apologized and said he would take care of it. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh. It even makes your home more quiet.
I'm going to play golf this afternoon.
See this foaming process in action at foamyourwalls.com.
Right here?
Yeah.
Who are you playing with, your son?
No, my friend Jonas. For the past probably, I don't know how many years, my son and I always play golf on Father's Day and then go and watch the U.S. Open, which the final round is always on Father's Day.
Yeah, maybe they didn't change their policies and stuff, but they just have not been very...
Let's talk about selling your home today. Homevestors, 800-44-BUYER. Now listen, these people buy homes, usually that have deferred maintenance. People don't want to wait around, they don't want to fix things, they just want to get out. That's the way they do it. Now, that doesn't mean you don't get a good price. They will pay higher prices for better houses. They do care the condition of the house, but they don't care as far as not buying. They'll buy broken down houses, they'll buy great houses. You call them. If you don't like the price, you don't have to take it. But you have absolutely, positively nothing to lose. That's Homevestors, 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER. And if they decide to buy, they can close within a few days. 800-44-BUYER. They've already bought thousands in Denver. Why not yours? Give it a try. 800-44-BUYER.
Hi, this is CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. We can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows.
Okay, I was not happy paying 5.5 or 6% when I sold my house.
You'll be well on your way to saving money every month. The rate today on our 30
Why not?
mortgage.
Well, because think about it.
They take care of it.
Does a real estate agent really deserve $50,000 for just putting a house on the MLS?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you look at the work they do, that they did for me, they deserve every penny. When you look at what they do, I mean, the ones that actually keep everybody on deadline, keep everybody, all the things you have to get done, make sure the house is inspected, did they get loan approval, man.
I'm not sure it's worth $50,000 or $60,000 though. That's all.
First of all, they split it with their broker, and then they split that with the buyer, the seller. They don't get that whole thing. They get half of that. If that real estate, if they come with a real estate person, they split that. When you get right down to it and look at what they actually do, if anything, the managing brokers are the one that don't do shit.
The entire American Eagle Bullion Coin Series.
This extraordinary coin is now available, but only for a limited time. Just call government.com at 1-800-473-0982.
To learn more about these emergency production 2020 American Eagle Silver Dollar coins, call 1-800-473-0982.
Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $10 value free with every order. Call 1-800-473-0982 now to secure your Philadelphia Mint 2020 American Eagle Silver Dollar coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-473.
Back on in 30 seconds, gentlemen.
They're by the Broadmoor.
A beautiful day, topping out this afternoon at 77. Our typical high 81. Bright sunshine. Down at 51 tonight. Tomorrow's high 83. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Ready for a trip close to home, yet a world away? Book a welcome back family package at the Broadmoor. Opening June 28th. Learn more at broadmoor.com.
All right, we're back, gentlemen.
More.com.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi. Troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Get your calls in. You got a problem, question, or complaint. Someone lied to you, cheated you, ripped you off. We've been doing a lot of helping the entire show, and now we have some open lines for the first time in 2.5 hours, so give us a call. 303-713-TALK. Some interesting...
Hey.
Yeah.
What do you really think about that, man? In our Constitution, we have basically a contract clause that says the states can't get involved with business dealings between individuals.
And it should be that way. I mean, could you imagine?
Well, no, but what my point is, these morons up at the state level in Colorado, what do they just totally ignore the Constitution? I guess for the life of me, I don't understand how they could even attempt something that is doomed to fail.
I'm going to tell you why, Mark. Because many times people do things that they feel is popular. They do things. Now, they're going to calculate, do I have more voters who rent or more voters who are landlords? I would say there are fewer landlords than there are renters. Not homeowners, I'm talking renters.
Well, they might as well pass slavery again in Colorado, which they couldn't do either, is my point.
No, but here's the deal.
They are so out of their jurisdiction,
but there's not going to be, you don't understand, Mark, there's not going to be outcry if you are paying people or giving financial incentive to them.
No, but there's attorneys everywhere that would pick it up and shut it down. That's my only deal here.
This is what I'm getting at. First, you're not going to have the outcry. And second, it's going to be popular. And third, they know that if it goes to the Supreme Court, it may very well be struck down, probably will. So here's what they do. They're gambling on getting all the good publicity and helping, knowing it's not going to do any harm anyway because it's going to be shot down. But meanwhile, they look like they care. Do you understand? They still accomplish what they want to accomplish.
It's so moronic, though. You know, many people just rent out like one house. They don't have to own a 1,000-unit apartment building. There's people that buy duplexes, live on one side, rent the other out. They're not going to be able to make their mortgage. It is the most absurd crap I've ever heard. And I don't own anything. I'm not facing this.
You haven't seen the last of crap. Mark, look at what's going around the country to make people feel good. Is it logical? It doesn't matter. It's popular. Politicians cater to who is popular. Right now, for example, If they said we should tax billionaires, those sons of bitches, we hate billionaires, right? If we should tax billionaires, 90% of everything not only they earn, but everything they have accumulated till now. Now I know it's ridiculous, but if they passed a law that way, who would cry for the 200 people? Who would cry? What I'm saying is it would be extremely popular with the masses.
Except for all those people that work for those people, like Microsoft and Amazon.
But it
all
would
those
take
hundreds
so long.
and thousands of people's jobs that would be gone.
But the point I'm making, and I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is, point I'm making is that the popularity and press and media that they get for doing stuff like this, for talking about defunding police, for talking about stuff that sounds great, it's a good feeling for them, and they rise to the top right now. They're not going to be held accountable if the crime rate skyrockets. They're going to say...
How do these people... How do these liberals say, the Me Too movement is a real thing, man. Women have been treated badly for a long time.
Or sexualized.
No police,
that's more than just being treated badly. That's being...
Well, of course,
yeah.
but let me finish my thought here, though. Imagine now all of a sudden some dirtbag is beating his old lady over something, and she goes to call the cops, and there's no cops. These are the same people that have one agenda, but now their new agenda goes directly... in the face of their first agenda.
Okay, you're right. That could happen. You're right. And I always say where left meets right, or right gets too far, or left gets too far, all things happen on both sides wrong. What about I don't want to get into it. Are bending over backwards to accept and be diverse to all cultures? Does that include cultures that oppress and beat women, that treat them as animals? Does that count that? No, well, it can't. So then what does diversity really mean? The truth is, there are good and bad things in the world, and you have to be against the bad, and you have to be for the good. The problem is, it's all getting gray right now. No one agrees on what's good and what's bad, or what will happen. But I know this: the move to get rid of police is very popular right now. If you speak against it, you are labeled a hater. See, people are afraid of being labeled haters, but Democrats now, they don't know what to do, because now if Pelosi comes out in favor of doing away with police, well, how ridiculous would that be if the whole thing backfires and we no longer have police? But at the same time, she can't go on and say, I'm not in favor of that, because then all of their base crumbles. It is a dilemma. That's why I love what I say. Life is its own teacher. I don't have to tell people what will happen if they do away with police. It will simply happen.
Did you see in Seattle now, the protesters literally took over City Hall? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's crazy.
Look, and I want to say something. The system, by the way, is working. These scumbag cops were charged with crimes and will be prosecuted, and people have learned valuable lessons, and police departments all over the country are changing policies, and they're changing how they treat people. And they should, by the way. They should. Not just violence, just how they treat people was wrong in many cases. That is a good thing. But what I don't understand is, what is there to protest if it's happening? The protests have worked. I'm saying, if the protests work, what do you now protest? I think we should be happy that the system is now going against these police and it's working.
I do understand this aspect, though. It seems like something like this happens every 3, 4, 5 years where it gets this big. I'm sure it happens all the time, where some poor black guy is taken advantage of, beat up, killed, whatever. And I think the reason the protest continues is because then a little time goes by, the protests die down, and then a couple of years later, if not a month later, the same damn thing happens again. They're probably sick and tired of it just happening over and over.
Well, sure they are. But the point a lot of people have made and I don't know what to say to them, is when they tried peaceful protesting, they were looked down upon. You know, Kaepernick was really made a villain, and he really wasn't doing anything except protesting silently and peacefully. He really was. And think about that. He was and you know, the president came out and called him a bastard or whatever he called him and all those. Now, they felt like they were disrespecting the flag. I get it. But you know what? So what if they're doing if they do their protest, if they were doing it silently or they were doing it with nonviolence? Then people turned around and said, why are you violently protesting? I'm not saying they should be violently protesting, but look what happened when people tried peaceful protesting. They were, I mean,
well, Martin Luther King was the most peaceful protester I've ever heard of in my life, and I think he did wonders for this country. But Farrakhan did wonders too, but he was on the opposite end of that spectrum.
303-713-TALK. Listen, if you guys have problems, questions, or complaints, give us a call. If you need help with any problem, give us a call. If you want to weigh in on anything, give us a call. We're ready to take your call. You can even have 30 seconds uninterrupted to make your deal if you just want to say something. 303-713-TALK. We'll listen.
Clear, Art of Granite, and Joe Lazare in about a minute.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver.
I did Frank Duran, yes I did.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Broadmoor.
Some police activity in the Ballpark neighborhood just east of I-25 at the 38th and Park Avenue exit. The ramp from southbound I-25 onto 38th and Park Avenue has been closed, but it's just been reopened, and there may be some road closures still in the area of Park Avenue and Delgany, so avoid that area if you can. Roadwork slowing things down off Freeway on eastbound Bowles approaching Wadsworth, and on southbound Sheridan approaching I-76. Your forecast for today, plenty of sunshine this afternoon. We'll cool off to the mid-50s overnight tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow for your Thursday with a high in the low 80s. It's 75 right now in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and weather, I'm Jenny Morose, 630 KHOW.
Ready for a trip close to home, yet a world away?
Hey, Tom, 10 seconds. Art of Granite, Joe Lazare. Here we go.
Opening June 28th. Learn more at Broadmoor.com. That's Broadmoor.com.
If you need kitchen countertops, you've heard me talk about the Art of Granite for wholesale materials. That's for real. In fact, if you don't want to buy them from the Art of Granite, direct stone importers, you can go somewhere else on their wholesale account. So now once you get all the materials wholesale, all you pay for is the fabrication and installation, and that will be given to you on the phone. You can get prices on the phone. Tear out hallways free, the bathrooms free too. They serve the entire mountain community and the entire Front Range. Open 6 days a week, closed Sundays. 303-386-5919. 386-5919. We're living in unsettling times, and you know being accused of a crime doesn't mean you committed the crime. And in fact, sometimes your rights are violated. And there are other times you do something stupid and you need to get through the system. Whatever it is, if you're accused of a crime, if you're charged with anything, from DUI to shoplifting and assault, whatever it is, Joe Lazare is a criminal defense attorney that's been on my referral list since day one. Joe Lazare will passionately defend you and tell you exactly what's going on at all times. He does flat rate pricing, so you know the price of everything up front and it won't change. He will also give discounts for big cases to Martino listeners. And he won't nickel and dime you every time you guys talk. That's why the flat rate. LazareLegal.com is the website, 2 Z's and 1 R. LazareLegal.com. Or look for Joe Lazare on my referral list at referralist.com. 303-429-6200.
Look, we're talking about teaching is creative, collaborative, intellectually challenging, and every day is new.
I don't know, Doc. I just get a lot of hate over here when I talk. And
you get a lot of hate from me. How much time do I have, Ants?
I don't know if we could take it here.
How much time do I have?
3:26.
Thanks.
That feeling like
a lot of page.
You know, a guy just said here, says they're not getting rid of the rent. they're still able to pay for it. But if they can't pay it now, you're going to pay 6 months worth in 6 months.
Multiple times. It's so
they're going to end up going bankrupt.
That you'll save money. When you're looking for
I'm
new
just
flooring,
surprised nobody has taken it to court yet.
You go to simplyfloorsinc.com, you schedule an appointment online.
Doesn't that surprise you then? I'm sorry, nobody has challenged it yet? Well, they will, and I think a lot of it is they're looking at their constituents, see what I try to do for you.
No, but I'm surprised that no landlord has taken it to court.
With home value still and they've never had an official thing as of yet on it, you know, and it may.
You mean on evictions?
Yeah, but this is official bill. They're looking at passing, and
they've just had an executive order,
right? And even that, you're right. No, well, you know what? The courts are pretty much closed. So how do you challenge something when the courts are
the courts are still open to some degree, aren't they?
To some degree, but like I say, it's tougher to get in. You know, it's the.
That's 720-895-0500. We are locally owned and operated since 2001. Our reputation of putting you first with straight answers and
everything's just so.
Let us help you protect your home.
Common sense really is out the window.
It's been out the window for a long time.
Totally out the window, guys. That's what I say.
I can't hear this hate, Tom.
and that's what I'm saying, man. And then you are a hateful bastard.
I'm just getting this hate.
We should defund police. They're pissed at Pelosi for not saying that. She doesn't want to get in that. She does not want to be quoted as saying we should do away with police.
Of course
they're between a rock and a hard place now because they got their fucking base who's demanding radical shit.
Well, when you say, and even there I got to disagree because that's like saying Republicans' base is the far right. It's not the far right or the far left. But they're having a hard time separating from it.
They do have a far left.
Well, that's like saying the white supremacists are the Republican base.
No, but the base of the Democrats are these fucking assholes.
But it's not really their base that they want to.
No, they don't want to offend their base. But then you're right. But then they don't want to. They don't want to lose their other base.
Quantitatively, there are more radical left people in the Democratic Party than there are radical right.
Exactly. I agree. Totally agree.
That's the
and the media likes the far left better than the far right.
Did he say what?
Oh.
425-3669.
Might be.
That's 844-425-3669.
There's a hate though here.
What are you know?
Weekdays 2 to 4. The Situation with Michael Brown.
Here we go. We're back. Was protest turned violent, plans to leave Minneapolis, saying, well, they didn't protect our people. And it's only
see what old bad company says.
I'm Tom Martino. Let's go right to the phones. Blue, your turn. Go ahead, Blue, then Edward, then Joseph, then Randy.
Blue, what's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to say, you know, I hear, okay, I'm a homeowner. I have a small apartment that is now called a condo.
Yeah.
But it's really an apartment. Okay. And I hear all the talk about, well, let's let the renters not pay for months. Okay, fine. Well, then why not the homeowners too? Because, you know, I've got to come up with a payment every month.
That's right.
That's right. But it's a payment. And so, and on and on. That's one thing I wanted to mention to you. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, which has to do with the, now I lost my train of thought.
You want to hold on? I can come back to you.
Okay, I
got medical marijuana.
No, Blue. Hang on, Blue. Edward, your turn. Go ahead, Edward.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Good, man.
Listen, I have two things as well. First thing about defunding the police, that does, from my perspective anyway, we do not need anarchy in this country. There's enough just on the streets, period. Defunding the police, from my perspective, doesn't necessarily mean shutting the police down. It might mean taking some of the money that go into the police department and use it to help some of these people that have issues. That I used to work with developmental disabled folks, and the police would always tell us, get these people under control. We cannot continue to come out here once, twice, 3 times a month for nothing. You know, so defunding the police doesn't always mean shut the police down. Second thing, the top of my truck, the roof is rusting.
Yeah.
I need some body work, but I'm in not body work, but a painter. I'm in Aurora. Is there somewhere here that I can
absolutely. They're right on our list. What's the Colorado Auto Body? Isn't it right in Aurora?
That's him.
Yeah, Colorado Auto Body. They're good. They've been with us for years.
Great guys, free estimates.
Yep, free estimates, great guys, and they've been there a long time. Joseph, you have a comment on the protests? Go ahead, Joseph. What's happening?
Yeah. Hey, Tom. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
So here's my thought about the protests. I think the first question that people need to ask themselves about this is whether or not they're actually an American. Because I don't think that anything that's going on right now with these protests represent what capitalism is about and what our Constitution is about. And what I see happening right now, go ahead.
It does represent freedom, though, right?
Freedom does not come in groups, and that's what Martin Luther King talked about, was that you need to judge people on the content of their character, not in groups. And what this is all about is shaming one group, the white people, because of some transgression of another group.
Yeah, but wait. Let me jump in real quick, man. Let's not forget, for hundreds of years in this country, black people were actually slaves of white people. Talk about not
but
getting
even
a
after
head
that,
start.
Mark, even after
that was only back into the 40s or 50s.
And then
but in the 60s and 70s for a long time.
And you know, seriously, Joseph, I know what I'm not discounting what you're saying. I'm just saying that blacks really, not just slavery. People mention slavery all the time. Just the 60s and 70s were treated like garbage in many parts of the country, and sometimes
their own water fountains. It was stupid.
I mean, when I see some of these movies,
question: did you do anything to?
No, but Joseph, but we did as a no, I didn't, but we did as a society. We did as a society.
That's a bad argument, Joseph. I just don't think that's a good argument.
Joseph, do you feel? Hold on, finish up though. What do you think then? Because we didn't individually do it, I'm not being guilted. I am saying it's high time that we all recognize it and get it the hell out. Just get united. You know, I mean, what's wrong with bringing it to the forefront? I'm tired of this being under the surface all these years.
Okay, 40 out of the 40 shootings that happened in 2019, 9 of them involved black people. So what about the other people?
Man, but they're only 13% of the population.
Yeah,
that's not a fair. That's not a fair analogy.
Joseph, if
look,
you're
man,
making
you got a head start in life because you were white, and I'm sorry, man, I'm white too.
How would
yes, you did, dude.
How would you know that?
Because you're
it's
white.
Simple. You're white.
Because you're white, Joseph.
Because
I'm not saying, listen, you may not have had the same opportunity as the Trump kids, but you had an opportunity that some kids don't. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't. Oh, man, you see, Joseph, you're bringing up stats like this, saying this. Okay, I personally did not benefit, or I didn't do this, and I didn't do anything wrong. But that doesn't make up the excuse of what is happening. I don't care what you say, Joseph. Right now, still go to the South and look at the housing projects. Honest to God, it's just not right. And I don't care what you say. There is a built-in prejudice and racism. It's getting better. Thank God it's getting better. And in Colorado, I think there are some states way better than others. But then we fool ourselves into thinking that's the whole whole country.
You know what? I got to say something about that. You know Talib, he's been a friend of mine forever. One thing he has always said about Colorado, whether I agree or not, it's still coming from someone that knows. He goes, in Colorado, there's a lot of racism, but it's kind of under your breath. It's never in front of you. In California, New York, it's right there in your face, where in Colorado, it's kind of hidden.
Well, anyway, I'm Joseph. I know what you're saying. When you talk about police shootings or deaths of minorities, they were disproportionate to the number of them in society. But it still remains that the number one reason for shootings is black men to black men. But that is still a problem with the whole thing. It's because of how I believe that we have treated the entire community. I don't know how else to put it. It's just wrong.
Tom, that's so well said.
Anyway, Tom, in my opinion, like, people that bring up the black-on-black crime and shooting statistics are just sensitive people who are afraid to admit that racism exists and that it's still a problem, so they try to divert it to another problem. That's right. It's just sensitivity, and he needs to get over it.
No, but even that, even black-on-black crime, even that is a symptom of a sick society. It's all of us. We're all responsible. We're all responsible for that. Anyway, we have more coming up.
Clear.
I'm disagreeing.
Impact traffic.
They're just born violent, right, Dan?
No. It's a family issue. And you can just say that. Look at the Asian people. The way they came off of being the worst thing. They were put in camps in World War II. And look at how they came now, and they're actually doing better than the whites.
And also the Vietnamese, Cambodians, Laotians.
They're not doing better. That's such a lie. They're not doing better than whites. That's such a lie. They work twice as hard for almost as much.
Okay, they're doing okay. Look at education-wise and stuff. They're doing better as far as on the overall education. And in fact, they're not even listed as a minority.
I haven't actually seen stats on that. I mean, I hear that, but I haven't seen stats. And look them up. I mean, I'm saying that to say they're doing better than us is such a ridiculous statement.
I've seen the stats on it.
So what do? Try to make this one louder? Well, of course not. But I did just receive an email about Paragon Services. What do I mean? I mean this. They said, what are you talking about free money, Mark? What is this free money? If I have a hail claim in the last year, what is this free money? Well, let me make this very clear. In Paragon Services, he's the owner. He is what we call a public adjuster. His entire life is fighting for you. The same thing Tom and I do on this show. But he fights for you against your insurance company. You get a hail claim and they give you $12,000 for that roof. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not kidding. They're forgetting about the cement that was damaged, society. The windows. How about your
Dan, you've got to fucking admit, though, that black people have had a
I agree. And if you put that with the blacks, it's the Democratic Party that had the Jim Crow laws and all that stuff.
But
and that's
just like you're talking about with climate change, that there's global warming, but there's a small amount of it that is probably due to it. And I think with the black community, they have to accept the fact that there's a little bit of responsibility for having broken homes and not emphasizing education.
Okay, Tom, here it is by ethnic group SAT.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about doing better. I'm talking about doing better in society.
I said education.
The fact that doesn't translate to fucking corporate America says that we're fucking prejudiced. Because if they are doing better, that should translate to positions.
And look at a lot of the businesses and stuff.
But that should translate to better positions in society.
I'm
saying whites get along without all that. And it shouldn't be that way.
I'm saying that they did that because of their family structure.
Okay, but what good is it doing them?
I'll bet you it is doing good as far as, okay, I'll look at I just told you.
Let's talk about Become the Banker. That is an investment strategy that people have been doing. They haven't lost a dime during this pandemic. Why? Because it is a guaranteed investment strategy that does not depend on the stock market. They invest in other funds and bonds, and what you need to do is find out more. You hold a life insurance policy, that's just an excuse for this. It's a small policy that you overfund on purpose for tax-free growth. That money comes back to you while you're alive as retirement, and through your life as you borrow from yourself. That's why they call it Become the Banker. And you never pay tax on it. 303-779-6600, or sign up for a free webinar at becomethebanker.org. You know, I thought, you said they're doing better in education. Yeah, what I meant was they're not doing better because of education. Dan, they might be better in school or doing certain things as a family unit, but that does not translate as to a better station in life. You said they're doing better than white people, and they're not.
I'm not saying they're doing. I said as far as that goes, their family situation.
Education. They're performing. That does not translate to better positions in corporations, in society, in life, and it should.
Okay. And I agree with that. Now, there is a good old boys club out there.
Why doesn't it? Because no matter how we look at it, the good old men's club, all these fucking high and mighty assholes at these high academic institutions are lying, thieving, white bastards.
And so is Hollywood.
Liberals.
So look at how racist Hollywood is.
Man, I mean,
look at the media. The media in general is racist.
I go to fundraisers a lot for these colleges and these.
Oh, I agree with that. I know it.
You don't see any people. You don't see any minorities there. For God's sakes, you see a few.
I agree.
And that's a good old boy club.
That is, and then they go hire their good old boys, their skulls, and their fucking.
You know, Tom,
they're buddies.
It's a chicken and egg thing. Part of the responsibility is that the black communities, because of broken homes, don't encourage education.
Exactly.
Because
and in fact, Ant said that too.
Right. And so the lack of education leads to disproportionate outcomes, and disproportionate outcomes lead to more racism.
I would argue that part of the reason for the broken families is the way they've been treated.
I think it's when they brought in welfare, the way they set up welfare.
Yeah. That's what Larry Elder says. Well, it gave them a financial incentive. That's what
incentive to be broke up. Exactly.
I think, 50 years after the Civil War, there may have been a point, because they did break up families. But the lack of emphasis on education is a black cultural issue.
No, but welfare basically said, hey, women, you don't need your husband and stuff anymore. You can get along because we're going to give you money.
So there are a bunch of people that have Samsung. This guy wrote to me. They're pieces of shit. Samsung, and I love Samsung TVs, by the way.
And Dan, you sent me all that info.
And I love Samsung washers.
I sent you on
Samsung.
I sent you her, Jill. I wrote to the guy and said.
So you wrote to who?
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently.
He said he has the people that he knows, the president. So I says, would you send that to me?
Oh, okay.
That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put
here it is.
first.
It's okay, I'm sending it to you now.
All right.
So, what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investments.
Back on about 30, gentlemen.
Commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky in the morning, Dan Caplis in the afternoon.
Getting 630.
Back in 10, hold on. 10 seconds, here we go.
Talk station, available on over 2,000 devices.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, let's talk. What's on your mind and how can we help you? We're discussing all kinds of things. And listen, one thing for sure, we're not going to tell you how to believe. We don't want to tell you how to believe. We're just going to take what you have to say.
Blue, you have a comment? Go ahead, Blue.
Yes, you were talking about body cameras earlier, I think.
Yes, sir.
And, well, I think they're a good idea, but also people need to be aware that to do that, arm everybody with every police officer with a camera. It's going to be extremely expensive. There's going to be...
Follow Tom Martino.
What's going on, guys?
No, something's going wrong.
Terabytes. Ants out of control.
Terabytes.
Hey, Blue, I'm sorry. Yes. There were some noises that went over you, and I hear what you're saying. You're saying that the body cams and all the use of the cams and the recording will be very expensive. Here's the good news, though, seriously. A lot of technology companies... It's
not.
That's right. A lot of technology companies have vowed to make it cheap and affordable, if not free. And also, here's another thing to keep in mind.
Tom, we're over time. I'm sorry. The show is ending.
I'm sorry. Then we got to get out of here. I didn't hear the
Later,
music.
Gators.
We're out. Bye.
Well, if you defund the police, how are they going to buy body cams?
We're out.
No. That's one of the best things
Somehow
Obama
things
did.
went nuts. So, Ed, I don't know what happened, man. I didn't hear it.
I know they were all supposed to get body cams.
But what I'm saying,
sorry, bro. I'll see you, man.
If you defund the police, how are they going to buy body cams?
What's that? No. A lot of technology companies are vowing to do it.
I know, but if you defund the police, they can't buy them. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
right?
yeah, but that was discussions about police to keep them straight. Obviously, if you defund them... See, I don't even know what defunding means, Dan. So, are they talking about doing away with them or not?
What, body cams?
Yeah.
No. I think Obama did a great